Cause I got to play you a little 30 seconds. Y'all can have it.
I'm still gonna have to connect to the
right. Live.
Yeah.
Oh man, hold on.
The guy with picture says Ice Cube ain't like the rest of them. Sick them youngins on 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 them. Sick them
youngins. You mad? You too. Why you got a screen? You don't have to take the time. I'm gonna put it since y'all on the split screen. If she can't see you, I'm gonna put it a little bit more on you so she can see you. You're gonna be doing this.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
You can see TJ D-Row?
Yeah.
Hey, how you connect to this
JB Clip?
Yeah, it's yeah, connect.
Let me turn it. I'm not gonna get off of it, but all right.
Gotta do the work, yeah. Gotta do the work, gotta do the work. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young and miss the 7 days. Gotta do the work, gotta do the work. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young and miss the 7 days. Wake up in the morning, gotta wipe the sleep up on my eyes. Praying to the Most High, cause I made it through another night. You are your Allah, I hire, know. I hire, hear, oh Israel, the Lord, our God is one. The creator of the stars, the earth, moon, and the sun. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit agree as one. In Hebrew, it's a higher Yeshaya and Roll Walk. I'm just giving you the correct names because we forgot. Since the beginning, we fell off top. Same came through every shot. Came Moses about the flood, then came Moses, then came Lot. Selling the word out, and he roasted for the wickedness they got. Now, I'm about to fall. You see why I'm on the block? Gotta do the work. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7th day. It's gotta do the work. Gotta do the work. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7th day. It's you. I do nothing. Gotta do the work. Gotta do the work. I do nothing. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7th day. It's you. I do 99. Going on that white shirt. I don't need no swine. You can keep the 9, but that ain't really how my mind. Posting like a paper on the corner to my spine. Reminisce to Genesis, the day starts to sundown. Friday sundown, hit the church house to get the rundown. Wake up in the morning, unbelievers finna get done now. Hip hop, cause we're black, we finna come down. Cry loud and spell now haters looking, we cannot. Dark skin, big beards, some face, some got dreadlocks. Keep the law and all his commands. Now at least you had a chance. Cause when you saw you coming back, he ain't coming to dance, man. Gotta do the work. Gotta do the work. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7th day. It's gotta do the work. Gotta do the work. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7th day. It's you. I do nothing. Gotta do the work. Gotta do the work. You do nothing. I do nothing. Wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7th day. She say, is he or is he not saved? Genesis 1 and 1. Guess I started this page. Cool with all my old friends. What's up with all these switchblades? What's swinging like that behind my back? But one of them things hit me. I guess that's how the game goes when they don't understand. They see you blessed, but they ain't see you walking out his plan. They think I'm mad cause my fist ball, but I'm gripping his hand. So, oh no, bro, I ain't solo. It's just being I am. By my side every day, cause he promised he'll never leave me lonely. So my comes far back, I'm strapped up with a testimony. Ready to go, ready to rise. For Christ up above, I'll be ready to die. The blink of an eye, I'll be ready to fly. Up to the heavens to see my surprise. And I ain't gonna lie, this walk is hard. Up and down the boulevard. Spiritual wars, you see my stars. Open my mouth, you get my Lord. Yeah, it's time we get it right. Cause one day he'll return in the twinkling of an eye. And according to the scriptures, we don't know the day or night. But I promise when he does, there's a lot of hope on die. I know you look surprised, but let me tell you why. It ain't gonna be no games when he crack open that sky. Now check this out. I ain't even trying to put y'all on the spot, but look, you on a flight, Christ return, the pilot say you not. Woo! And trust me, when you hear them trumpet sound, it ain't gonna take you hitting the ground to realize it's going down.
Gotta do the work, gotta do the work. Wake up and do it till I'm down. It's the 7 days, gotta do the work, gotta do the work. Wake up and do it till I'm down. It's the 7 days, I do nothing, gotta do the work, gotta do the work. I do nothing, wake up in the morning, still I'm young. It's the 7 days here.
That's it.
All praise, honor, great glory is unto our power, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. So our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. I got D-Row, the truth teller, in the building. Naptown's in the building with the young lion. Got the young gunners in the building. They here to dispensate this word of the Most High. So we're going to turn it over to the young gunners and let them edify the body and glorify the Most High. Hallelujah.
All right, Shalom family. We are coming to y'all on this day of preparation. You know what I'm saying? With a little chop session titled "Response to the Balm of Gilead IOG concerning the feast of dedication of purium." I got my Ak D-Row with me. Shalom to the people, Hebrew.
Shalom, Hebrews.
Got my Ak with me. Got my Ak with me from the Naptown. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be joining us in today. We doing this response. The only reason that we doing it, you know what I'm saying, not to, clown anybody or make anybody look bad, but it is some slickness in the game that need to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, let's go to Proverbs 27 real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 27 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because we got great responsibility as teachers to know, you know what I'm saying, who listening to us. You know, so let's do Proverbs 27 and 23. One verse.
Got Proverbs chapter 27.
Yep, verse 23.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks.
See that? Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flock. So that's for anybody who calls himself a shepherd.
Come on, man.
You know who listening to you. You know, which I always assume everybody's listening.
Yeah.
But know your flock. Know the people who, you know what I'm saying, who regularly follow you, who regularly come to you for the word. You know what I'm saying? We know that it's a lot of people, because we came from that old class.
Right.
So we know it's a lot of people that listen to us, but that's still at the old class, that's on the fence. You know what I'm saying? About a lot of things pertaining to culture. You know what I'm saying? That we're into, like the fringes, like the civil days, the apocrypha. You know what I'm saying? That may be looking at both sides and saying, well, you know what I'm saying? Well, what's right? You know what I'm saying? So, the script say, "No, be diligent to know the state of thy flocks." Go ahead, Hebrew.
And look well to thy herd.
And look well to thy herd. So this is the only reason we spending time on this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because we people You listen to both, and it's a thing that I noticed with this particular class, right? That if you don't want to participate in certain things pertaining to the culture, cool, no crying there, right? But
come on, man.
It's the double talking and the the guilt tripping for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the whole you would say one breath, all you don't have to keep patient. In the next breath, you train people into staying away from it and try to make those who do it look stupid, look like they doing a heathen custom.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So which one is it? Is it don't do it, or is it don't do it because these are customs? Which one is it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the fringes. Okay, y'all don't wear fringes, cool. Then y'all come out with a doctrine. If you wear fringes, you disrespecting and rejecting Christ.
Right.
So I'm seeing this pattern of, and then this is the same Jake that we gonna address in this video. This is the same Jake that took the Apocrypha and threw it in the trash.
Wow.
This is the same Jake that jumped out the window a few years ago that took the Apocrypha and threw it in the trash.
Wow. That's why they talking down on Feast of Dedication like that.
That's why they talking down on it.
Okay.
And then we gonna look at the lies in the Pharisee ways. That's really what I want to expose to the flock. To be careful whenever you see somebody being a teacher, willfully omit known information to try to make sure they doctrine stays fit.
Yeah.
Then you need to watch out for them, because that's what the Pharisees did. Yeah. When you try to make people look crazy for partaking in something in order to keep the people that listening away, that is deception and manipulation. I don't care which way you want to slice it. And that's basically that's the pattern that I've seen with this particular group of brothers
all the time.
D-Ro, you got something you want to add, Hebrew?
Basically, man, you just touched it, man. The real reason why we even decided to do this, man, because if we feel like they misleading the people, man.
Yeah.
And especially when you get to talking that you keeping purium and dedication is the acts of heathen.
Right.
Nah, this got to be addressed, man. And the point you said about omitting, information. A lot of information was omitted. Not only with they doctrine about dedication, but a lot of information was omitted about purium. You know what I'm saying? That we can touch on that should have been touched on, but wasn't. So that's all.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what we addressing. And let's go to Proverbs 26 real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 26. We're not gonna get up here and do all that float showing and monkey showing that they did up there. All that, that all that slick shotting and I would expect more maturity out of elders, out of two elders.
Well, again, bro, let me say this right here. That's the reason why I wanted y'all to deal with them, because after all we dealt with on these brothers, it ought to be a definite shot to get to their ego to see some young brothers that and all that deal with them where they at, and it should ring a bell in your head, brother, that y'all are severely lacking in the true knowledge, in the multi-manifold levels of wisdom in God's holy word. So let the young gunners get them, because they pride gonna rise up, and I hope it deal a dagger to their pride.
All praises to the Most High, man. Let's get into it. Proverbs 26. Proverbs 26, read verses 4 and 5, Hebrew. Read verses 5.
4 and 5. Proverbs 26, verse 4 and 5 reads.
Yeah.
Answer not a fool according to his folly.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not calling the elders fools because the fools say there is no God. They believe in the God of Israel, but you speak foolish.
Mm-hmm.
And this ain't your first time jumping out the window, bruh, speaking foolish.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if we didn't have people that look at both sides, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They wondering.
They want what's real.
So when false information go out, we got to address that.
He got to be. He said stop them out of the game. So.
Especially if we know they watching, right?
That's right.
Okay, then. So this is the only reason we answering. Like I said, I'm not calling them a fool. We answering the foolishness.
Foolishness.
All right, go ahead.
Answer a fool according to his folly. Let him be wise in his own conceit.
You see that? So sometimes you got to answer people who say foolish things. Lest they be wise in their own conceits. Right?
That's right.
Let's go to Proverbs 14:7. Then we not tell you what they said. We gonna Proverbs 14 and verse 7.
Proverbs 14.
And you can read 6 too if you want to, Hebrew.
No, I thought you wanted me to read 5 or 6 on that other.
Oh no, that was it on that. That was it on that.
You said Proverbs 14?
Yeah, in verse 7. Verse 7, because it's like I'm not gonna do like them. I'm not gonna make up a biased, subjective doctrine to keep the people who listen to us from listening to them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he's saying, and then I'm gonna let y'all look at the scripts for yourself.
Come on now.
And then I'm gonna let y'all decide where the truth at.
And no speculation.
Because when I play their video, it's gonna be a bunch of conjecture,
speculation,
a bunch of a lot of people think they ain't lying when they leave information out. That's called lying by omission. That's what that's called.
Deceit.
You still lying by omission. Right? That's deception. Read that verse 7, Hebrew.
Proverbs 14, chapter 14, verse 7 reads, go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
You see that? Go from the presence of a foolish man where you don't perceive in him the words of knowledge. And this is I didn't even have to write no scriptures down for this. I'm not even clowning you, brother. All the scriptures that I know I want to go to is coming right off the top of the head, wherever the Spirit leads. Because when we going through the video, we gonna see just how elementary these mistakes are, and these are supposed to be elders, right? So let's go and get into it. You got something you want to say, Hebrew?
Nah, you got it, Hebrew. You got it.
All right, so let's get into this video. We're gonna pick it up at the 7:57 minute mark. Pick this up at the 7:57 minute mark, Hebrew. Listen to these. Listen to it, y'all.
Exodus chapter 39. Let's pick it up at verse 32. Exodus 39 and 32.
Okay. He wants to address dedication. See, this is what I'm saying. He want to address dedication, and he goes straight to Exodus.
Yeah. For what?
This is the first mistake. He goes straight to Exodus. All right, go ahead.
Brothers, pay close attention. We have to connect some dots here. Go ahead and read, brother.
Thus was all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation finished. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did they. And they brought the tabernacle unto Moses, the tent and all his furniture, his taches, his boards, his bars, and his pillars and his sockets.
So Moses and Israel finished building of the tabernacle and everything that pertains to it that goes in it. Let's skip down, Brother Julian, to verse 35 and continue.
the ark of the testimony, and the stage thereof, and the mercy seat, the table, and all the vessels thereof, and the showbread.
Skip down to 38 and continue.
And the golden altar, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the tabernacle door.
Go ahead.
The brazen altar, and his grate of brass, his staves, and all his vessels, the laver, and his foot.
Okay, so we see we have the altar. So what we need to do, we're going to find out what this altar is for. We're going to find out what this altar is for. Skip down, Brother Julius, to verse 43. Verse 43 and continue.
All right, I'm going to pause it right here. And I just want to ask a question. Can anybody...
They had done it as the Lord had commanded. Even so had they done it. And
can anybody in the chat please explain to me what the tabernacle has to do with the Feast of Dedication?
Not a thing.
Anybody?
I think, bro, he was trying to say that once they finished everything, they had a feast in dedicating the yeah.
That's the point. That's exactly the point he's getting to.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he's under the delusion that the Feast of Dedication that's largely celebrated amongst Israelites today is related to the dedicating of the altars of the tabernacle in the first temple.
Right.
So he's already deceived starting off.
There you go.
He already don't know what he's talking about off the rip. Because if you didn't think that all these dedications was related, you wouldn't have went here.
And then you got to think of this.
Heart of the matter.
And then you got to think of this, bro. Why would he go there and you didn't hear Moses say, and keep this year by year or annual? You know what I'm saying? So why would you go here?
Right. So he's already coming in. His foundation is assumptions already.
That's what I'm saying. Purely conjecture and assumptions. His whole lesson was subjection and assumption.
Okay. So we're not making none of this up. We see where we're going. Let's continue.
Bless them.
Okay, now slide right on into chapter 40 and verse 1. Right away, we gonna get to it. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, on the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation.
Now, we need to pay attention here. Let's make this note. This is the first month, okay?
What are you doing?
This is the first month of the year right here. Go ahead and read.
And thou shalt put the ark of the testimony and cover the ark with the veil.
Skip down to verse 5 and continue.
And thou shalt set the altar of gold for the incense before the ark of the testimony, and put the hanging of the door to the tabernacle. And thou shalt set the altar of the burnt offering before the door of the tabernacle.
Wait a minute, Brother Julius.
What is that altar for? Y'all, this is painful. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'm not gonna let y'all ears suffer through this. So we gonna move right along. Okay, so now we skip into the 16. Let's skip to the 16:27 mark. He moves to Numbers chapter 7. All right.
We don't do any burners anymore. We don't need altars anymore. So now let's get back to it. Let's go to Numbers 7. We're gonna look at this dedication. Numbers chapter 7.
See, we're gonna look at this dedication.
Yeah.
like this is the same feast day that we celebrate. So you starting off.
And I'm gonna say, sound like to me, intentionally.
Yeah, to make your doctrine fit. See, that's what I'm saying.
Intentionally doing it. It ain't through ignorance.
Nah. You could tell.
Okay, so he at number 7 now. Still, no relation, still.
We're gonna pick it up at that first verse. Number 7 and 1. Number 7 and 1. 7 and 1, my brother. Go ahead and read.
And it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the tabernacle.
Time out, Brother Julius. Time out right there. We already read when that was. That was in the first month of the second year when they came out of Egypt. In the first month of the year, it was in the month Abib. We already read that.
Okay, y'all. So he's stopping in between to make his point about when Moses dedicated the altar. Then he gonna go to Solomon and look at when he did it. Then he gonna go to Ezra and Nehemiah and look at when he did it. Then he gonna bring up the point on how it was done at different times.
Yep.
None of those have a connection with the Feast of Dedication that's largely celebrated amongst Israelites.
Nope.
Those are not the dedications that we are celebrating.
Nope.
So your whole breakdown, the foundation of it is starting off on a false premise, on a false narrative already.
Yep.
These elders now.
It was in the first month of the year, right?
Right?
So that's when that was. But go ahead and continue.
That Moses had fully set up the tabernacle and had anointed it and sanctified it and all the instruments thereof, both the altar and all the vessels thereof, and had anointed them and sanctified them.
Go ahead.
That the princes of Israel, heads of the house of their fathers, who were the princes of the tribes and were over them that were numbered, offered.
So they came and offered because you got an altar to offer on. So let's skip down, my brother, to verse 10 and continue.
And the princes offered for dedication. Let me read that again. And the princes offered for dedication of the altar.
Oh, wait a minute. The dedicating of the what?
Of the altar. In the day that it was anointed. Even the princes offered their offering before the altar.
Keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses, they shall offer their offering, each prince on his day, for the dedication of the altar.
For the dedicating of the altar. One more verse.
And he that...
Now see, to somebody who new to dedication, still trying to learn how to...
Throwing them off.
Yeah. You will hear this and now that thing which is good, you looking at it like it's evil.
Yep.
So this, like I say, this is why we address it.
This is why you took the words out of my mouth, bro. This is why we addressing this, man.
Yep. This is why we addressing it. Right? Go. Let's continue. I'm about to skip again.
His offering the first day was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah.
So the prince of the tribe of Judah offered first. They did this for 12 days. Skip down to 42 and read that verse, brother.
12 days. He think that's the dedication.
42.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's skip it. Like I say, I'm not gonna put y'all through this. It took me 3 days to watch this whole video.
I still ain't fully watched it because I was man, my head hurt.
Okay, now let's go to the next time frame point that I got, which is 24:48, because he made a statement here.
And Mary and heart for the goodness that the Lord has shown unto David and to Solomon and to
Israel. At 24:48, he gonna make a statement.
So we saw that they dedicated this altar, right? We saw that in verse 9.
Still now, talking about
we got to look at something.
Dedication that ain't got nothing to do with the one we celebrate.
Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 8, Brother Juice. 1 Kings 8, and we're going to pick it up at verse 63, because we have to cover every base.
Y'all heard that?
We don't use 1 Kings 8 for dedication.
Listen to the statement that he made, because we want to cover every base. Oh, did you really?
Right.
Is that what you did?
He also said go 1 Kings 8. We don't use that.
We shall use that.
Nah. That's fine.
Stuff like that is subliminal stuff in there.
Yeah, like man, trying to make people look crazy. So he made the statement, we gonna cover every base, but we gonna see later on in this video that these jakes intentionally left out well-known history and jumped completely opposite.
Yeah, that's false prophecy.
It's gonna be undeniable when y'all see it. Undeniable. Next point. Next point. So he goes on, y'all, to continue to stress the moot point that they did at different days, different times. This is irrelevant because these dedications are not related or connected to the Feast of Dedications that is largely celebrated by Israelites. So let's go forward, 27 to the 27-25 mark.
Mm-hmm.
I just let it play up to
6 and 1. Go ahead and read.
He and Ezra 6 and 1.
Darius.
Okay, now what? Here comes the double talk. Watch the double talk. All right, watch the double talk. Here it comes. He's in Ezra 6 and 1. If y'all want to go there, go to Ezra 6 and 1.
The king made a decree, and search was made in the house of the rolls where the treasure was laid up in Babylon. And there was found at Achmetha in the palace that is in the province of the Medes a roll, and therein was a record thus written. Go ahead. In the first year of Cyrus, the king, the same Cyrus, the king made a decree concerning the house of God.
Now he said in the first year, who made a decree? The king. So this somebody who ruling over Israel.
Come on now.
Okay, I just want to. He read verse 1. Now watch this.
Let the house be built, the place where they offer sacrifices, and let the foundation thereof be strongly laid. The height thereof 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 80 cubits.
See, he did this because you had Israel had resistance down there rebuilding that temple, and the people had sent word to a sitting king that these are some rebellious people. You don't want to setting up shop back down here. So
see, he set his doctrine up to a sitting king. No, this who was ruling over Israel.
Right.
To a sitting king, like this just some king sitting out somewhere, not ruling over Israel. See, we gotta watch the slickness. This is the slickness that I'm talking about. To a sitting king. This is who was ruling over Israel.
That's right.
Also prophesied in Isaiah, King Cyrus.
I must say ruling over the world, wasn't he? Not just Israel.
Man, come on.
The whole world. That's right.
He got shut down. Got shut down from what I read for about 10 years before Darius did this here and made another decree for them to resume building. Okay. So now let's skip down to verse 7 and continue.
Let the work of this house of God alone. Let the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews build this house of God in his place.
Yes.
Moreover, I make a decree what you shall do to the elders of these Jews for the building of this house of God. That is that of the king's goods, even of the tribute beyond the river, for with expenses be given unto these men, that they be not hindered.
Go ahead.
And that which they have need of, both young bullocks and rams and lambs, for the burnt offerings of the God of heaven.
Here come the double talk, y'all. Here it comes.
Salt, wine, and oil, according to the appointment of the priests which are at Jerusalem, let it be given them day by day without fail.
See, the reason I pointed this out, let them have it and let them not be hindered. Give it to them day by day without fail, everything they need. So what I'm pointing out here is when Israel had the autonomy and when they were in charge, that's what we're looking at.
Wow. Do y'all hear that?
You just said we wasn't in charge, Elder.
You just read verse 1. If Israel had the autonomy and was in charge, why do a king need to write to them a decree so that they can continue building?
Double talk. Double talk. Like this is always do.
Cringeworthy. This is cringeworthy.
You got to count for that, bro.
Yeah, man.
And we not coming on here making this up by these brothers. We letting the video play and just pointing out the contradictions. Is that not what we doing?
That's it, bro.
D-Ro, you got something, bro?
Nah, I'm just waiting on you to get to the point where he say dedication and purium is not, for salvation. We don't need that for salvation. They don't point to salvation.
Yeah.
And when you really look at purium and look at dedication, I don't know, other than if it don't point to salvation, I don't know what it point to.
Right.
When you really know, when you really know the history of purium and dedication.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's continue. Let's continue. Y'all listen to the double talk.
I'm not looking at when somebody else sitting over them who's of another nation, who's sitting over them with the authority of third nation. I'm talking about
I can't believe you said that.
Israel know what to do. Okay.
So this king is not ruling over Israel.
He ruled over the whole world.
And we just read in verse 1, they had it. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
boy! This is elementary, y'all.
So they know what to do. Yes.
You say something Hebrew?
Nah. Go ahead.
All right.
So,
James, the original Israelites are in the land.
yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. So now, and they have control.
So they said they reading right here. The original Israelites is in the land and ain't nobody ruling over us right here. They pulled Ezra and they said this is what we reading about right
How
here.
did they get back to the land? A king told them to go back and beat it. Gave them permission to. So you mean ain't nobody sitting over them?
And then how could that be the original Israelites when we coming out of captivity? How that's not the original people, man. That's people that they came from out of captivity, man.
Man, he don't know what he talking about.
He don't know what he talking about, bro. Already.
Because they doing it under the authority of this king. Okay, so now,
Bro, you just said they weren't doing the authority of the king.
That they may offer sacrifices of sweet saviors unto the God of heaven and pray for the life of the king and of his sons.
Yes, sir.
Also, I have made a decree that whosoever shall alter this word, let timber be pulled down from his house and being set up, let him be hanged thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill for this.
So we pointing out that Israel doing it how they want to do it because the king have told everybody, get out of their way.
Yes.
And if you do come near them, you better be giving them something and helping them do. Okay?
Man, you just said wasn't nobody over. Do y'all see this? I just want y'all to see this. I don't want y'all to think we getting on here and burning bread on these brothers.
Right. So now, with Israel being in charge, they know exactly what they're doing. So now let's get down to 14, my brother, and continue.
And the elders of the Jews built and they prospered through the prophesying of Haggai, the prophet of...
All right, let's skip ahead to the next time when I got, and this is 32:09. He make another statement here.
Is that the one about the don't need the altars?
I think it's coming up. Yep.
See, it said they kept the dedication of the house. That's why when we read in 2 Chronicles 7 that Solomon dedicated the altar, then with the kings, it said he dedicated the house. We just point out that we talking about the same stuff.
No, we not.
You just said they were talking about different stuff. You just, bro. One was talking about the dedication of the altar. One was talking about the dedication of the house. So how is it the same stuff?
No. Yeah, you sound crazy, L.
Man. Hey, I missed that part, Hebrew. Right off of pointing that out, I missed that part of the video.
I'm gonna miss it, bro. I'm gonna miss that one. This is crazy. This made me want to just, man, go get them machete and just slice my ears off, man. And he said, I just want y'all to know that we talking about the same thing. What? Okay. All right. Let's go to the next 32:54. I'm gonna let it roll into the 32:54.
They did all that because there was a need for it. Christ hadn't come yet, right? He hadn't become the Passover yet. The veil of the temple hadn't ripped yet. The Levitical priesthood was still commissioned to do their job.
Okay, so now he goes on to make the statement or to make up the narrative that we only did dedicated the altar because we had a need to back then.
As if we don't now.
Then he gonna go on and make the go to Hebrews where it talk about how we don't need to do sacrifices anymore. Yeah. So the point he's trying to make is we don't have to do dedication because there is no Levitical priesthood, there is no altar. Well, if that's the case, Why do any feast days? Because they sacrificed on all of them.
Come on.
On every feast day.
Come on.
On every feast day.
Let's go to Numbers 28. I mean, let's just take your logic and travel the whole scale with it. If we can travel the whole scale with it.
No, you can't get the first step out of it.
Numbers 28. I mean, so if there's no need to do dedication because there is no altar,
right?
We can say that about all the feast days, civil day or not.
They did all sacrifice on all feasts.
Because they sacrificed on all of them. New moons, Shabbats.
They just missing the spiritual aspect of it, bro. That's all.
Boom, there it is.
There it is right there. I mean, just read the first 4 verses. Read verse 16 through 20 about the feast of unleavened bread, Hebrew.
Numbers 28, 16 through 20.
Yeah.
And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Lord. And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. In the first day shall be in holy convocation. You shall do no manner of servile work therein. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Lord. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year.
And if you go on and so forth, chapter 29, Feast of Trumpets. Pick it up at verse 7, talking about the Day of Atonement. Pick it up at verse 12, talking about the Feast of Tabernacles. So on and so forth. So if we use that logic and just travel the scale, we sorely lacking, ain't it? Okay, that's another point knocked off. The first point that was knocked off, you can talk Israel had the autonomy, had power, but you read verse 1 where the king had to get them permission to go back. If they had the autonomy, why they need permission from the king? That's the first point.
Autonomy means you don't need no permission from nobody. You operate on own free will.
Exactly. And then you went you started off in Exodus with the tabernacle, then went to number 7, then went to Solomon. We didn't go there in the video. Then went to Nehemiah, Ezra. Then you summed it all up and said we all talking about the same thing. This is probably swordsmanship.
It's not even swordsmanship, bro. This is basic 101 mishaps. Again, kindergarten trying to teach scientific calculus. This is what it equals up to: a kindergarten trying to teach scientific calculus with no history, no knowledge of what really went on. You trying to make something fit to your narrative, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't cool, man.
You got something you want to say, bro?
No, I was just saying that ain't cool. And to touch on your point earlier, for people that's new to this, just now coming in this, and don't really have a knowledge of dedication to Purium, you becoming a stumbling block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You becoming a stumbling block to them people, man. To them brothers and sisters. And that's you know what the most I say about that.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell you what else it do. Like it make your members look at their brothers and sisters who do it in a certain light. Like, look at them niggas over there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Type thing. So it's creating division as well. This is the doctrine of the devil that he's creating.
Yep.
And if we don't get on y'all about not doing it, y'all shouldn't get on anybody about doing it if it's not leading them to the ways of the devil.
Right.
We don't care if y'all do it or not.
And that's my point, Elder. We don't care if y'all do it or not. We not about to get on here and be like, if y'all don't do Purium, if y'all don't do dedication, y'all going to the lake. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, to each his own, hopefully later on, the Most High put it on your, spirit and boost your knowledge, maybe,
Yeah.
But we not gonna be like, if you don't do it, you going to the lake. Nah, that's you can't read that.
You can't read that.
Well, it's just like the Hebrew on the chat, my brother, our beloved brother Howard Brown said. It's all boiled down to the money thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It all boiled down to the money thing. Simple and plain, Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what y'all on, y'all be on there. But hey, we told y'all before, we're gonna keep telling you. Every time you jump out of this deep water, these sharks gonna be sitting here ready to bite.
Hey, Elder. Hey, if you watch to the end of this video, what you just said will deem true. If you watch to the end of this video.
Hey, Howard Brown, what you said, it's crazy.
Straight up.
Crazy, man. So we didn't already shot down a few of these false narratives. We didn't address them and shot them down. Easy work. We ain't even gotta we using the scriptures they use and just killing they point right in the same point they use.
Like it always does.
Now let's go to this next point. Here is the lying by omission. Here's the lying by omission right here.
Deceit.
Now, it's short leggers in our class.
Come on now.
That'll run down the history on the Maccabees when it comes to the Feast of Dedication.
That's right.
There you go.
This is known Israelite history.
There you go.
Matter of fact, we sat under this same class for about 5 years, right?
That's right.
So we know the doctrine. We know that back there, like the back end. We know where you're gonna go. We know what you like to say. All that. So a lot of y'all teachers will agree that the Maccabees is certified history.
Come on now.
They agree.
That's right.
Although these same brothers don't read the Apocrypha, they agree where the Maccabees, that's history. I've heard a lot of the saying. I've been sitting on for 5 years. Come on now.
But throw the Apocrypha in the trash.
But throw the Apocrypha in the trash. Now check this out. Let's go to this where is it? Here we are. 34:17. 34:17. Let's go to the 34:17 mark, y'all. They gonna pull out some history. Now, if you're gonna talk about the history of dedication, you gotta talk about the Maccabees, right?
Gotta talk about it.
Guess who started the Feast of Dedication?
Let's see what he do. Let's see what he do. Now, because it can't be number one or two things that happen here. Either you genuinely do not know about the history of the Maccabees.
Come on now.
Or you genuinely overlooked this part and omitted this part to make sure that your doctrine fits. One of the two.
One of the two.
Let's see what he did.
Let's go into Revelations 3 and 9 because we have imposters out here. We have imposters out here, and they doing stuff how they want to do it. Yeah, they out here stealing our history. They twisting up our customs or traditions or feast days
he basically
and putting their little spin on them. Doing
the
how
dedication
they want to do it.
is a
But
custom
let's read
of
some Revelations.
So why you not dealing with
3 and 9? Go ahead and read that.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say that they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Now, these people right here, Brother Julius, they over in the land right now, and they just came out of their feast of dedication, which is also called Hanukkah. But can you read that thing out of the encyclopedia to the people, brother?
Okay, sisters and brothers, listen, sisters and brothers. Our source is the Encyclopedia Britannica. Hanukkah. Hanukkah is also known as the Festival of Lights, as well as the Feast of Dedication. It is celebrated by the Jewish community all over the world.
Wait a minute, Brother Julius. It's celebrated where?
Celebrated by the Jewish community all over the world.
Go ahead.
Stop. So the Jewish people, they celebrate Feast of Tabernacle.
Right.
They celebrate Passover.
Yeah.
They celebrate Sukkot.
Yep.
They celebrate all the feast days lined out in Leviticus 23 that they say they go by. So just because they do that, should we stop doing the other feast days?
See, that was your logic is just a false premise. It's not logic. It's a false premise. And you think it's logic. See, we don't have to get on here and try to make y'all look.
Nah, bro, it's easy work.
It's just
easy work, man.
Come on, man. Let's get back.
Work.
Easy work.
This festival takes place in December every year during the 10th month of the Hebrew calendar. Right around the same time that Christmas is celebrated for
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, brother Julius.
Folly.
Okay, so now do y'all see what he trying to turn this into? Now he trying to play dedication like it's a spinoff of Christmas.
Yeah.
You see the double talking. They in one breath they say, well, you ain't sinning if you don't keep it. You ain't gotta keep it. Then in the next breath, where those who keep it, they doing what the heathens doing.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, which one is it? Is it okay if I don't, or
which one is it?
You dealing with some people with some messed up, foul minds. Right?
Yeah, man.
And they too carnal. They out of cup Hebrew. They out of cup Hebrews simple and plain, and that's why they don't get it.
It's crazy, man.
It's beginning to smell like Christmas up in here, man.
Wait a minute. I see some folly la.
Yeah. And what you see is, but let's keep on reading. Go ahead and finish that.
Pardon me. I'm going to read that again. This festival takes place in December every year during the 10th month of the Hebrew calendar, right around the same time that Christmas is celebrated for non-Jewish Christians.
Yes.
The festival lasts 8 nights where a candle is lit for every night on the menorah. The literal meaning of Hanukkah is to dedicate. Hanukkah for the year 2020 was celebrated from Friday, December the 11th through Friday, December the 18th.
So they light how many candles, brother Julius?
8.
Yeah. They lit 8 candles. How many did Moses light?
Oh my gosh.
Moses light.
Now he's not reading Israelite history.
Yeah. Point that out, bro.
He's not reading Israelite history because in this apocrypha, it don't say nothing about no 8 candlesticks.
Nope.
Yeah, point that out.
But he's passing it off as if that's what he's talking about.
Slick, man. Slicking his snot on the doorknob.
And see, these are the Pharisaic ways that I want to expose to my brothers and sisters. You will go as far as because you love control. You love you love the crowd. You love the big congregation so much that you will go as far as to twist the scriptures, lie by omission, to create a doctrine to keep people under your kneecaps. When all you got to do is just put it out there and then just let the people decide what they want to do.
Right.
Instead of just having the mindset, I'm gonna teach this truth. Count, no count. 1,000 people sitting in the rafters and bleachers, or one people sitting in the rafters and bleachers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lit 7 candles.
7.
He lit 7 candles. So now, Brother Isaac, we're going to get to John 10, my brother. We're going to get there. Just give us a couple more minutes. We're going to get right there. So now, so Brother Sean, can you put that picture up of the 2020 menorah that the people over there like right now?
What do the people over there right now got to do with us? What do they got to do with us?
Our menorah right there. Our menorah sitting there right there in front of you. So what they got to do with us?
How many candlesticks on that menorah?
Yeah.
See, that's the evil, man. He's trying to make it seem like if you're doing dedication or you're doing purium, you following the ways of the heathen, man.
Woe to him that put evil for good and good for evil.
Whoa.
And then you Negroes up under their kneecaps be so disgusting whenever we come out with a correction lesson on something that they jumped out the window with. Man, they ain't had to go. Man,
you don't
shut up.
You don't get to decide how to fight in.
And you started it and picked the fight.
Yeah, no.
Then you gonna try to tell me how I get to end it. No, if I wanna take your head. If I choose to take your head off for picking on me, guess what I'm gonna do?
Yeah. What it is? A man of war.
Man, look, he gonna put they menorah up. We got one sitting right here. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Come on now. And we ain't worshiping it either.
Brother Sean, how many candles is that, Brother Julius?
It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So they take that middle one and then they'll light one for each one of their 8 nights. But we read that Moses lit 7 candles. Right?
This is so
Counterfeit
elementary.
Christianity, brother.
So
Right.
preschool.
So now, Sean, put one of them that resemble what the one looked like when Moses did. Y'all see that? That's 7. So now let's go to Daniel. Let's go to Daniel chapter 3, because what we got to show y'all is this. People outside of Israel do dedications too.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that's the point I really hated right here.
You want to get in on this Hebrew?
Yeah, I mean, it's just again, he's using heathens, right, to try and say that what we do now is doing what the heathen do. But what you got to understand, man, the heathen copy us.
Come on,
I always have.
The heathen has always copied us, Elder. Especially once we got in our land and start doing our thing.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So really, you don't think Nebuchadnezzar? That's where he about to go, to Nebuchadnezzar image dedication.
He's about to go to Nebuchadnezzar dedicating an idol and try to compare that to what we do at the Feast of Dedication.
Yes. Check him out. But I'm thinking this. I'm like, you don't think Nebuchadnezzar knew what Solomon did to the temple as far as dedicating the house and dedicating the altar? You think he don't know, what we did with our holy, objects?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But see, here it is again. Now you did all this talking about dedication and not one mention about the authentic history of dedication, starting with the Hasmonean dynasty, the Maccabees.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on
Right.
now. Come on now.
See, either you doing one or two things. Either you genuinely just don't know about it, which I don't think that's the case.
I doubt that.
Or you genuinely omitted it.
If you did, repent, Elder. If you did, repent.
All right, let's continue. So he finna go to Daniel 3.
Did the Hebrew finish his thought?
Did you finish Hebrew?
No, I was saying if the elders knowingly omitted that information, you should repent, man.
Yeah. For real, man. From the heart, you need to repent, because that's deception.
Yeah. Out of all what I've seen and heard false doctrines, it may be a reprobate mind, brother. It's too many. You got too many hits of false doctrine and false teaching.
And just this one cat. Yeah. I mean, just this. And cool. Say I'm lying. Did you have a talk with this brother?
Yeah. On phone.
Okay, I was on speakerphone.
Yeah, you was on the speakerphone. I had to talk to this brother, man. After the last spanking they got about the Apocrypha, the brother, you know what I'm saying? And I thought the brother was maybe, but man, you keep running out there. You keep running out there in the middle of that traffic, bro. You gonna get run over.
No, you ain't. Especially when you ain't got no bumpers on, boy.
I'm trying to tell you, keep running out there in that traffic.
Now let's watch this.
I need to do what the stranger's doing. Does that mean that, Brother Junior?
Can't do that, brother. We gotta do it according to what said the Lord.
And we gonna read it tonight. Give us a few more minutes, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Daniel 3. Let's pick it up at that first verse, because strangers do dedication too. They do them too. But don't mean I should participate in them. Daniel 3 and 1, my brother. Go ahead and read it.
Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon.
So Nebuchadnezzar, he did this thing. He built this image. Go ahead and read.
He and Nebuchadnezzar the king sent together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
But look, Brother Julius, he called all his princes and chief captains just like Solomon and Moses did. But does that mean
Where did he get it from me?
Man.
Oh man.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 3. Then the princes, the governors, the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up.
So now, let's go into John chapter 1, because I just went here to show that Nebuchadnezzar, a Gentile, had a dedication.
And
what they got to do with anything?
Your point is, sir,
man,
y'all.
the heathens do a Passover too, don't they?
Yeah.
they call it Easter.
That's what I'm saying.
And we keep Passover the same time they keep Easter.
Well, the heathens got a day that they keep called Thanksgiving. And I know 99.9% of the people that go to that class do Thanksgiving.
Ooh wee. You still got people in that class still wondering should they still keep it or not. That I mean, so you see y'all will sneeze at some that y'all congregation do this. That was built off bloodshed.
Murder. Genocide.
4th of July, y'all don't have no problem with that either.
Murder.
How we know we set up under you for 5 years, we know.
Mm-hmm.
We know we was there. We was there.
I mean, Israel should be doing it. So I'm just pointing out that other people do dedications. Other people do them. So maybe what you're doing is doing something that somebody else is doing. But let's get it.
That's conjecture.
That's conjecture.
That's not fact.
That's conjecture.
That's what you think.
Repent.
That is
might be doing something somebody else is doing. Let's go John chapter 1, my brother. John.
Make it plain.
We just want
Make
one
it plain.
verse 17.
Where the plane is crashing. Let's go to the next point. Make it plain.
I'm getting heady.
Man, I told you.
I know, T, man.
This reaction making my head hurt again.
46:35. Let's go to this mark.
And if you can't read that, brother, so now, Brother Julian, let's see what it looked like when Jesus.
Let's go back. Let's go
back it up a little bit. Back it up a little bit.
Here we go, D-Ro.
Like. Let's see what that looked like.
Let's bag this back. Here we go, D-Ro.
7 ain't
If I do not the works of my Father, believe me
I
not.
need to go back some more.
And Jesus kept the dedication, Brother Julius.
Yeah, go back some more.
Okay.
All right, bye right here. Let me
And probably set up over there. You understand?
Oh no, I need to go back,
Let's go see
D-Ro.
it.
Oh no.
Yeah, when you talk about Herod being over him, and you try to say that the dedication that the Jews was keeping was really for Herod. Herod was doing that.
So he in Luke 23 right here at this market, y'all. Here go another. Here go another. I can't even, because the short leggers, they don't even make these kind of mistakes.
I'm talking about short legged.
Brother Andre's son break this off.
Yeah.
That little intelligent bro. He'll break something like this off.
Kill it.
Easy.
Kill it easy, man. And y'all, boy. Y'all joking on the other side of 50, man.
So he finna go to Luke 23. And let's see how he twists the scriptures right here.
And the whole multitude of them arose and led him.
This is Luke 23 and verse 1.
Into Pilate.
Yeah.
And they began to accuse him, saying, "We found this fellow perverting the nation, and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ, a king."
Skip down to 4 and continue, brother.
Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man.
Now, Pilate was a Roman, okay? Go ahead and read.
And they were the more fierce, saying, he stirred up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place.
Go ahead.
When Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man was Galilean. And as soon as he knew that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction.
Wait a minute. Whose jurisdiction?
Herod.
Nation was Herod was from, Brother Julius.
He was an Edomite.
He was an Edomite sitting on the throne under the authority of the Romans. So whatever you doing, Edomite, maybe I might not need to be doing what you do.
Come on, James.
Will you hear me, brother?
Hold on. In this spot that you read, where they keeping the Feast of Dedication? So he's automatically assuming, because it said Herod's jurisdiction, that whatever the Israelites did, it was what the Romans did.
So my question is this. When we fast forward a little bit and he go to John 7 and show us what it looked like when Jesus keep the feast, right? Whose jurisdiction was they under then?
I'm gonna stop it right there, Hebrew. All right,
you feel me?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there for you when because it's coming up. I'm gonna stop it right there. For you. All right.
Julius,
come on, James.
Go ahead and finish that verse, brother.
And as soon as he knew that he belonged unto Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him to Herod, who himself also was at Jerusalem at that time.
So now, Brother Julius, let's go to John 10, where they like to go. They said Jesus celebrated the dedication. Let's go see if Jesus celebrated the dedication. That the Herod, the Edomite, had probably set up over there.
You see that?
Hold on.
You see that?
Probably.
You see that, man?
Y'all see the conjecture.
Hey.
But if you was in a court of law, you get thrown out the courtroom, man. On all.
Yeah.
You get thrown out the courtroom, partner.
That the King Herod probably.
Nah, man.
Probably. Since when did men of Israel get up and teach and deal with if, shouldas, couldas, maybe?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Since when? That he probably set up? Read that to me.
You can't.
Y'all been saying that the whole video. If you can't believe it, read that.
Read that. And then I want to bring this out, Hebrew. Since we talking about read that to me, then read to me where the Most High say, don't keep purium or don't keep dedication.
Ooh.
Read that to me.
Come on, man.
Oh.
If you can't read that to me, then you probably just need to go like this.
Put your hand over your mouth.
Put your hand over your mouth. Put your hand over your mouth. And all the clowning y'all sitting up there doing.
And see, that would be getting all that damn seal clapping and back slapping they be doing like they really dropping. Yeah. And I'm looking at the comments in the feed as you play the video.
Yeah.
Man, y'all, what?
One nigga talking about some drop the mic game over.
That's the joke down there in Florida. Didn't know he won't be grafted into the IOG.
But nah, TJ, you said something on the phone when we was talking about this the other day that really touched the nerve. Why we doing this is because these elders is proud, like they proudly on here, giving false and misinformation, man.
Yeah, on purpose. On purpose, Hebrew.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Holding the truth in unrighteousness, like it say in Romans 1. But let's continue.
You understand?
Let's go.
Let's go see.
Still not one mention of the Maccabees. The video is only an hour and 19 minutes long. We 42 minutes in, still no mention of the Hasmonean dynasty or the Maccabees.
Nope.
Not one.
They say he did. I got to read that, brother.
Tell me to read, brother. Tell me to read.
10 and 22. Go ahead and read.
And it was at Jerusalem.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Didn't it say that Herod, that was his jurisdiction?
The Romans didn't get involved in our
nope.
Didn't get involved in our worship life. They only got involved in us when it came to politics
and money.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
money. That's why they was on our head about giving tribute to Caesar.
Yep. You can read that next bunch of the pilot letter.
Left us alone, Negro.
They showed the lesson from dynasty, what had happened, they got mixing on worse.
Yeah.
So they left that alone.
And that was what? Purium.
Purium.
Oh, okay.
And dedication, and the Greeks, I'm talking about too.
And the Greeks.
They said, man, don't mess they religious stuff, man. These folks go smooth off on their religious stuff.
And them letters of Pontius Pilate, you can read that.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's why they didn't mess with us doing our religious acts.
So stop it. This whole narrative that you just created about this might have been something Herod was throwing. You can't read that. You can't read that.
Loud, proud, and wrong.
Edomite, go ahead and read.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter.
Yes.
And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
And Jesus.
D-Roy, are you ready, Hebrew? Or you want me to keep going then?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, I want to say this. Well, let me say this before we keep going.
Okay.
Now, if what y'all saying is right, if everything that y'all have said is right so far, why ain't the Messiah in the temple on the Feast of Dedication saying what y'all saying?
Well, flipping over tables and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And that's the point D-Roy brought up earlier this week. When he saw something in the temple that he didn't like,
he said it.
He tore it up.
He did something about it.
Yeah, he tore it up.
So why is he on Solomon's porch where all the Israelites gather to chop up doctrine? That's historical. And why is he there while people are observing something that y'all say shouldn't be observed? Why is he there observing and why everybody else is there observing? If the Messiah, if the Messiah saying what y'all saying, then why do you expect anybody to believe what y'all saying is right?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Because if what y'all was saying was right, he would have said, now, hold on now. This is the Edomite stuff. We under Herod's jurisdiction. What the hell y'all doing?
Straight up. Instead, Hebrew.
With 8 counter menorahs up there. What is y'all doing?
Yeah. But instead, what did he do? He started teaching.
He started.
Yeah, it don't say he taught.
Video?
We finna get into it.
Man, deal with that, bro. Please deal.
He started teaching.
He started teaching.
Teach. What the Negroes do on their feast day?
Teach.
Oh, okay. Ain't that part of observing the feast?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Searching the script.
D-Roy gonna touch on that in a minute.
Yeah, let it keep going. They gonna tell on themselves.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
And Jesus kept the dedication, Brother Julius. The dedication.
I can't read that, brother.
Okay. I can't read where Yeshua kept Day of Atonement. But wouldn't it be stupid to assume just because I can't verbatim read that he didn't keep it?
I gotta say something, bro.
I can't read verbatim where he kept Pentecost. But wouldn't it be stupid for me to say, well, just because I can't read that verbatim?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I gotta say something. If you throwing a party and you ain't told nobody you gonna go to the party, but you sure what you done.
You came to the party.
So you came to the party. Right. So cause he there on the day. Yeah. He ain't gotta say, well, I can't feed dedication. He was there on the day of the dedication, in the place, teaching the word. When they walk up in one of their little sanctuary on a feast day, what they do?
Teach the word.
And they keep walk in there on the day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then look though. If you read earlier up in chapter 10, you will see that it's saying the same thing when you go to chapter 7. It's the same thing is going on. The people are debating whether Christ is the truth or not. Some saying he is, some saying he ain't. It's the same thing going on. The only difference is in chapter 10 it don't say and he went in the temple and taught.
Right.
That's the only difference.
Okay, so let's let it play. Then we're gonna get into it, Hebrew. All right.
Right.
Let's keep reading and see what happened. Let's keep reading. Let's see what happened.
Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly.
So as soon as he stepped on Solomon's porch, surrounded by the Jews, go ahead and read.
Jesus answered them, I told you, and you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me.
And he's going.
But you believe not, because you are not of my sheep, as I said unto you.
Go ahead.
My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
Skip down to 31 and continue, brother.
Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, many good works have I showed you from my Father. For which of those works do you stone me?
Go ahead.
The Jews answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not,
Yeah.
for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God.
So now, skip down to 37 and continue.
If I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. But if
See,
I do,
hold on, TJ. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. See, they skip verse 34, right? Where it says, Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law, I said ye are God? Now, when you go to chapter 7, right, and he's teaching it, he also refers to the law. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to chapter 7 right quick. Let's go to chapter 7, and let's go to verse 19.
Okay.
Did not know.
You want me to read it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
It says, did not Moses give you the law, and yet none of you keepeth the law? Why go ye about to kill me? See, the same thing is going on. He's talking about the law. He's teaching it. The only difference is, man, is it don't say in chapter 10 he went in the temple and taught.
Right.
That's the only difference, man.
Yeah. And then in verse 37, that's the Day of Tabernacles. He doing the same thing. He in the temple teaching.
Yeah. Because they're gonna go here and they're gonna say this is what it looks like, but Christ really keep the feast. Right here in chapter 7.
It's finna come up. You want me to go on?
Yeah, you can go ahead and play it. You can go ahead and play it.
All right.
me believe the works, that you may know and believe that the Father is in me and I in him. Go ahead. Therefore they sought again to take him, but he escaped out of their hands. So now, Jesus kept the Feast of Dedication. See, Brother Julius? Look here, we just read the conversation. We skipped 3 or 4 verses, but we just read this conversation in a minute and a half. Do you understand what I'm saying, Brother Julius? Man, no. Go ahead and read. Brother Julius. Man, therefore, 39, they sought again to take him, but he escaped out of their hand and went away again beyond Jordan into the where John had first baptized, and there he abode. Listen, Brother Julius, I can't read where Jesus celebrated dedication. I can read where Jesus said in Matthew 26 and verse 18, go down to such a man and say to that man, the master say, my time is at hand, I will keep the Passover in his house with my disciples. And if you want to see what it looks like to keep the feast, Brother Julius, back up to 7. Let me show you what Jesus' feast look like. Let's see what that look like. Because, look here, Brother Bowie said all the time, oh, Lord. Every word in this Bible means something. We don't deal with no vain God, brother.
I think that's the problem right there.
Every word in this Bible means something. And you can't add to it, and you can't read. Jesus kept the feast of dedication. Stop saying it if you can't.
I think that's the main problem.
See, that's what we talking about right there. I when I was watching the video, I was waiting for see my teacher say.
That right there, boy.
I was waiting for it. I said, I knew they could do a video without doing it. See, boys say.
Let's see what it look like when Jesus keeps the feast, brother. John 7.
What?
Go ahead and read. After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee.
Never what the
so
script say.
He was not walking Jew because the to kill him. Yes, now, sir. Go ahead. Now, the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. So now, we get the Feast of Tabernacles out of Leviticus 23, right? That's right. Moses gave us that, right, Brother Julius? Moses gave us that. Okay, so now read verse 14. What did it say?
Do y'all see how this slowly morphed into an attack? First he started off the video saying this is not an attack.
Yep.
Then he started off the video talking about some playing it off like, well, if you do it, it don't matter. If you don't, it don't matter. Now it's an all-out attack now. And now if you doing it, you doing what the heathen's doing. You doing what the strangers doing. You following out the strangers. So which one is it? I mean, which one is it?
They used to double talking out of both sides of their mouth, man. And that's the sad part about it is they never come correct with the scriptures, precept upon precept. Nothing he has said thus far goes together.
No.
Yeah. A lot of hop and Judas over there doing a lot of seal clapping their head now. And it's pathetic, man.
It is. That was it.
I can't say too much more because it ain't gonna be right. I'm leave it alone, bro.
Now about the midst of the feast, Jesus
you want me to stop it, D-Ro? Let it play.
Well, I wanted to get to the point because we know, he went here to say Jesus kept the tabernacles because he went to feast to the temple and taught. But he asked a series of questions. I think it's that point 48-40, right?
Okay. 48-40.
Yeah, he asked a series of questions at 48-40 that I kind of want to answer. And I'm glad we got, Elder T Boogie with us. He could touch on the spiritual aspect because
right.
The answer to these questions, you see what I'm saying, he's about to ask us are on the spiritual aspect. You see what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, I think it's 48-40. Might have to back it up just a tad, but I think it's 48-40. That might be it.
Yeah, and if I bag it up, if I had to bag it up, I'd bag it up.
Okay.
Who are you following?
Yeah, rewind it just a little bit.
And after you tell me where your altar told you,
just a little bit.
Why don't you keep that?
Okay, here we go.
I'm following. So look here. So really, here goes the question, Brother Julius. Here's the question. What you dedicating?
Okay.
Who are you following?
Okay.
Where's your altar? And after you tell me where your altar is, tell me what you burning on.
Okay.
And when you tell me what you burn on that altar that you dedicating, I'm gonna ask you, why wasn't the death of Christ good enough for you?
What they got to do?
Are you telling me
that question, brother? Huh?
Are you telling me that somebody under the old covenant?
Man, I don't know what they under. They under Edom's coattail, man.
Under Edom's coattail, man.
See that?
What is he talking about?
So one, he said, what are we dedicating? Right? Since we don't have a temple now, or a temple we can go to.
Right.
So what are we dedicating?
Come on,
right? Well, one, you dedicating your temple, you see what I'm saying, to the work and to the faith of the Messiah, man.
That's right.
You want to
dedicate.
You want to pull that script?
Go ahead. That's what you be knowing the scripts, bro. Where it's at? Which one is it?
1 Corinthians 6.
All right, 1
Corinthians 6. See, we understand that there is no physical temple when we keep the feast of dedication.
Right.
And what we teach every feast of dedication, the spiritual aspect, man. Reach your ways back to the Most High.
Yep. For the past 3-4 years, TJ, I've been seeing. I know for the past at least 2 years, I've been seeing you do lessons on every feast, every dedication. I know for the last 2 years, 3 years.
See, this is what I'm talking about, the letter of the law all the time. That's when the Most High, these guys only understand the letter of the law.
Yeah, the physical.
Yeah.
They don't understand none of the spiritual, metaphysical, prophetic things in the law. They only understand the letter. That's why they hung up on friends, they hung up on this, they hung up on dedication, because you only understand the letter of the law. This is sickening, man. For two elders be up there seal clapping and high five and agreeing on something as basic and elementary as this.
Yeah.
This is sickening.
This is disgusting. It's cringeworthy, man.
Mm-hmm. Where we at, TJ? 1 Corinthians 6. Where you want me to go?
1 Corinthians 6, Hebrew, do 19 to 20.
19 to 20. All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 and 20 read, what? Know ye not that Yeah. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you?
When we do lessons on dedication, these
That's
are one
all
of the
we do.
scriptures that we bring out.
Yes, sir.
Teach the spiritual
Yes, sir.
aspect of it. We understand we ain't got no damn altars now.
Mhm.
And what did the altars stand for anyway? Didn't it have 4 horns on it?
Okay, the altar had 4 horns.
Mm.
The altar was the color of brass. Brass is the see, I don't understand, partner. The altar was the color of brass. Brass is the color of judgment in the Bible, in the scriptures. The same reason why he said that the Father judges no one, but he has given all judgment to the Son. So the Son had feet the color of brass. Now, the 4 horns represented the 4 winds that were going to bring judgment down on Israel for their sin.
Oh, what was one of them 4 winds?
The Greeks.
Oh, ain't that prophesied in Daniel the 8th chapter?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Okay. Makes sense now.
If you listen on spirituality, prophetic, and metaphysical, you wouldn't understand this. And we got lessons on the whole tabernacle, partner. Everything for you and the nation. Even down to the basin that was at the bottom of the altar where you had to pour out your blood, which your teacher didn't talk, and everybody else know that life is in the blood. So when you pour out your blood at the bottom of the altar of judgment, you saying, none of my life, all of my life is given to Christ.
Yes, sir.
That's what you do, partner.
So you just
stupidity, man. Y'all, well, I'm finna go up, man.
Bro T, you just answered the second question, Elder. Who are you following? Christ.
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's who we follow. Christ. When we keep dedication, when we keep prayer, we following Christ. Where's your altar? Right here.
Come on, now.
This is your altar. What are you burning on that altar? Those sinful, lustful thoughts.
There you go.
Let me show you something. Go with me to Matthew chapter 5.
Come on, Hebrew.
Matthew chapter 5. I'm gonna show you what you burning on that altar, Elder.
And so since we are the temple, we fight against those spirits that's heavy around that time of year, like idolatry.
Come on, man.
We bang against that. Matter of fact, when we held dedication, it was Christmas decorations in the building. The brew that's on the live with us right now, D-Roll, was breaking his neck trying to cover that thing. He was like, hey, look, guys, some Christmas trees up there. We were like, oh, no.
Cover that up.
We got to cover that up. We got to cover that up. So don't try to play us like we doing something that the heathens that came up with. You might as well stop that.
Yeah, stop that. Well, we about to answer your questions though, Elder. Okay, so we got what are you dedicating? That's the temple, your body, right? Who are you following? Who are you following? We're following Christ, the Messiah. Okay. Where's your altar? Your mind.
Come on, man.
Right? What are you burning on it? Those sinful, lustful thoughts. And I'm going to show you Matthew chapter 5. We're going to do 27 and 28. You have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. You see that? Right. I had to actually go and put my what's-the-name in her to commit it, right? Now, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her in his heart. So that's what you burning on your altar. Those lustful thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Those sinful, you casting that down so they won't manifest, so your members won't do it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now, it said, why wasn't Christ good enough? Sir, we're following the Messiah when we do that. If you read Matthew 25, 27, 28 is in red. You see what I'm saying? So this is what he's telling us to do. So yeah, that's we're following. It's good enough. You see what I'm saying? And why we do it in the 10th month? Why do we do dedication in the 10th month? I'm pretty sure my TJ gonna bring that out about the Maccabees.
We're gonna bring that out. That's easy.
We're gonna bring that out about the Maccabees. Why we do it in the 10th month?
Yeah, we gonna get it at the end, bro.
So that all your questions just as answered, Elder, Bro James.
All right, so let's go to the next minute marker, y'all. We almost done. Let's go to the 50-minute mark.
Is this purium where we're gonna touch on? Go ahead, do purium.
Yeah, we finna get into it.
You're following the converts.
That's right.
Now you burn false witness, flat out.
Yeah, now you burn false witness, man.
You was beating around the bush the whole lesson. Now you flat out and came out and spoke what was really on your mind. Mm-hmm. Now you burn false witness. 50 minutes into an hour, 19-minute video about dedication, still no mention of the Maccabees or the Hasmonean dynasty. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Brother Julius, where is your altar, brother? What are you dedicating? Where the house you dedicate? What you burning? Who you following? There's a lot of questions come with that. And then why you doing it in the 10th month, which is in this calendar, the 12th month, December, while they dancing through the snow in Jingle Bell?
Why do you keep Passover when the whole world is keeping Easter?
Shut up, man. You sound boy.
Why do you keep tabernacles when the world is keeping Thanksgiving?
Thank you. It's just when it falls there.
It's when it falls there, man.
Why are you slow? I mean, at some point, it's hard to not question your intelligence. Bro, what's your name, Brother James? Because, like I say, this ain't the first time jumping out the window to a crash landing.
About 3 or 4 times. And I don't know who elected him their apocrypha, fringe law, dedication, purium debunker, but it seems like he the only one always jumping out there and getting his head cracked with these scriptures. I don't know who elected him that person.
Man, look.
And he go find somebody a little bit more.
Like Paul say, these Negroes sit amongst themselves and brothers like them. Pull that.
Okay, 2 Corinthians.
Pull that. These brothers sit amongst themselves and brothers like them and yes man each other all day long.
Seal clapping, back slapping.
So your doctrine ain't never being tested, never being challenged. So y'all measure yourselves amongst yourselves and y'all think y'all this great big camp with all this hidden mystique and knowledge. Man, sit y'all ass down somewhere. Excuse my language. But I'm sick of the BS. I'm sick of the BS.
You can't swim with the sharks. You need to stay on the shallow end of the pool, partner. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12 through 18, it says, "For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they measuring themselves by themselves, comparing themselves amongst themselves, are not wise. We will boast not of the things without our measure." We don't talk about stuff we don't understand.
Right.
Y'all do the same since y'all say y'all follow the book.
Right.
Your lip when you don't understand something, or call one of your brothers up who would gladly help edify the body. Amongst themselves, but boasting of, verse 13. "But we will not boast of things without our measure, but according to the measure of the rule which Yahweh has distributed to us, a measure to reach even unto you." Like the bro said, we got a little short legger will kill you on this, man. Now, we can even reach down or back or to the side for our brothers and sisters because of the measure that he's given us. Not any boaster bragging us.
Right.
Verse 14. "For we reach not ourselves beyond our measure." You outside, it's not in your wheelhouse, Brother James. It's not in your wheelhouse, Brother Julius. Y'all need to sit down somewhere, man. If just because your people call you and ask you and you can't answer, don't throw no garbage up, because you're gonna be held accountable for that, which you to put out on video.
Every time.
"For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure, as though we reach not unto you. For we are come as far as to you, also in preaching the gospel of the Mashiach, not boasting of things without our measure, that is, of other men's labors, having hope when your faith is increased, that we shall be enlarged by you according to our rule abundantly, to preach the gospel in regions beyond you." Now I'm going to drop down to verse 17, 18. "But he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. For not he that commendeth himself is approved, but whom the Lord commended, brother.
Yes, sir.
Over there backslapping and holler about what Boo has said and IOG this, that, and the third. Did the Lord commend that?
Yes, sir.
Did he commend it, man? Sit y'all butts down somewhere, man. Stay in your wheelhouse. Teach the bare basics that everybody is real. Teach everybody about not doing Christmas. Teach everybody about, the feast days just outlined Leviticus 23. But when it comes to the spiritual, prophetic, and metaphysical side of it, sit your tails down. Because you don't know. You don't know the physical, you don't know the metaphysical or the spiritual or the prophetic about the fringes. You don't know about the middle passage of the Apocrypha. Sit your tail down.
Don't know history either.
You don't know history. Stick to what y'all do, man. Let everybody know they Israel. Talk about the Sunday Christian and talk about Christmas and leave it alone. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right. Right. Instead of trying to make people look stupid for doing what y'all don't do.
Yeah.
That's the route y'all try to always take. And you can't sit up here and deny, because I done sat up here for 5 years and watched y'all do it.
Yeah.
Still watching y'all do it on this video.
Sickening.
Straight clown show,
man.
Y'all supposed to be elders.
Straight clown show, bro. It's sickening, man.
Why you doing it then? Because Moses did it in the first month. Ezra them did it in the 12th month. Solomon did it in the 7th month. Why you doing it in the 10th month? I could understand if you did it in one of the months Israel did it in. I could understand it, but I still wouldn't understand it because they were dedicating a place.
Bruh, do you understand it or don't you understand it? Which one is it?
Which one is it?
See, this whole thing is confusing, y'all.
Yes.
And people sit up here and see it for these Negroes.
You said it, TJ. This is confusing, man.
This is confusing, man.
When they did sacrifices, we don't need that anymore. What are y'all doing?
Okay, let's go to the next spot. Let's finish this on up. Boy.
Hey, before we touch on Purim, did you want to bring out the Maccabean revolt?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna finish the video, then I'm gonna bring out the rest of the points because we gotta get to this Purim part of it.
Okay. All right.
It ain't, it's easy work too. So let's go to this. I believe this is 54. I can't even tell if it's a 4 or 6, and I wrote it.
I got if we talking about I got 5624 my point. I don't know if that's the one that you
I got that one. I got 5626 in mind. So we on the same. Yeah, we on the same wavelength. Yeah, I think that's 54, 51. Okay, 54, 51. Let's get it.
Just how the Lord told you to do them when he told Moses to give them to you, right? So now, let's go into Esther chapter 9. We're not going to read the whole story.
Real quick, TJ. That's where he messed up right there. You cannot get a full understanding of Purim, right? Going to Esther chapter 9.
Yeah, he went straight into
the end of it.
Omitting again information.
They always do.
Okay.
They say everybody else cherry picking the word.
Yeah.
So we gonna let them read this chapter 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we gonna go and show the people how this chapter 9 came about.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Purim coming up.
Yeah.
It's the last month of the year on the Hebrew calendar. The last feast day before we go into Passover, unleavened bread, so on and so forth. Now he brought up the point that it was brothers in the 10th month keeping Purim. I ain't seen that nowhere.
I ain't never read that.
I think that's something you made up to add to your little false doctrine. I ain't seen that. Show me that. So I need to see some pictures or something.
And then when you talk about getting on brothers giving gifts and stuff like that, I mean, you can read where, the Hebrews gave portions and they gave out gifts to the poor.
Yeah, on Purim.
On Purim.
They celebrate birthday.
Exactly, bro.
They celebrate birthday and giving gifts.
Yeah.
And that's in the same kind of Bible. What they have.
That's one of the most celebrated days by Satanists is birthdays. And you still do that.
Sit down somewhere.
Stop.
Yeah.
So you want to get into it or you want to play it?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and let them read that chapter 9.
Okay.
Because they say some off the wall stuff and on this, you know.
Yeah, they
like,
do, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And then we just gonna tackle, you know, like I said, what brought about chapter 9. You know.
All right, I guess. Okay, so let's get it.
We're going straight to it. All right, we're gonna pick it up at verse 1. Esther 9:1. And Brother Julius, you remember what you read?
Okay. He about to make the same mistake he made when we went to Ezra 6. He about to make the same one. The same basic. Watch this. He about to make the claim again.
Yeah.
Israel was ruling, had the power. It was look, he going to after the fact, after the Most High to intervene.
Right.
And we put them down in captivity.
Come on now.
He finna start here and throw the point out again. See, this was Israel had the foul. See,
and then we gonna show you, Elder, how this relates to salvation, because they keep on. You know, we haven't heard it yet, I don't think, but they harp on dedication and Purim. You know, doesn't have anything to do with salvation.
Come on, man.
So keeping your temple undefiled, like in the Maccabees, keeping pork out of your temple, keeping idolatry out of your temple, that ain't got nothing to do with salvation.
Good point, bro.
We teach on dedication. That ain't got nothing to do with salvation.
All you got to do is
bro.
Okay. Let's get it, bro.
Lord spake. All right?
Yes, sir.
So now we going Esther 9:1, because you got a lot of people hard heavy last week. You had brothers all over the internet. Happy Feast of Tabernacles, Israel.
You lying, huh?
Folks upset. Had the people wondering, hey, should we be keeping this stuff? And then you got brothers around here doing Purim, doing this.
You know what I'm saying? What you talking about?
He meant to say Purim. I think he meant to say Purim. I didn't
see it on my Purim ain't even this season yet.
That's February, March type feast day.
Yeah.
That's Purim,
maybe he meant dedication.
Because dedication is like another tabernacle. So maybe, I'm thinking maybe. I don't know what you meant on that one.
Hey, TJ, because then when the Maccabees wrote to the Jews that wasn't in Jerusalem at the time about the dedication, didn't he say keep it like y'all keep tabernacle?
Yeah, tabernacle. So maybe that's what you meant. So I'm gonna assume that's what he meant.
I ain't gonna assume nothing to stupidity.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm finna play it back. Let's go.
The so-called Christmas season and exchanging gifts. See, what you want to do, Christmas, but you don't want to call it Christmas. You want to do Christmas, but you don't want to call it Christmas. Well, let's go look at it. Esther 9:1, my brother. Go ahead and read it.
Now, in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, and the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary.
Yes, sir.
That the Jews had rule over them that hated them.
Now, let's pay attention to the conditions now. Israel had rule over the people that hated them.
See that?
This is after the fact that the Most High intervened on the situation.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to touch on.
So,
that's what we're going to touch on.
You got? Can I just go to Esther 1 Hebrew? I just want to.
All right, go ahead.
Esther 1 and verse 1. Let's just read that.
What did it say, bro?
Now it came to pass in the days of Hasuerus. This is Hasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 107 and 20 provinces.
Don't Israel fall somewhere in between that?
Yeah.
India and Ethiopia.
Straight.
So who's reigning?
Straight clown show.
Yeah, this is the same elementary preschool mistake you made over in Ezra 1 and said that Israel had the power.
Yep. Out of cup, bro.
What the hell are you talking about?
Out of cup.
Omitting information, man.
Oh my God, bro. That's
willfully deceiving the people.
Man, this is disgusting. This is disgusting.
It's a damnable shame.
Go Go ahead and read.
The Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus to
Yes,
lay hands on such as sought their hurt.
Yes, sir.
No man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people.
All right, one more marker, y'all.
And
We gonna cut this off.
And the lieutenants,
I'm
and the deputies, and the officers of the
I'm
king
getting sick
helped the Jews
listening
because
to
of
this.
the fear of Mordecai.
106.
Yes, sir.
For you, even Moses, in whom you trust.
Yeah.
For had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me.
Yes, sir.
But if you believe not his writings, again, if you believe not his writings, how shall you believe my words?
And Moses told us plain, these are the feasts of the Lord. If you go read them in Leviticus 23, you know when the season is, you know when to do them, and you know how to do them, and you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you know what you cannot do. And we did not see purium there, and we did not see dedication there. Yeah, we saw Moses do a dedication.
All right, so that's another false narrative we're gonna address. Because you don't see dedication in purium in Leviticus 23, doesn't make it unlawful to keep. We're gonna address that. That's the end of that. That's the end of that. Hebrew, I know you want to touch on this purium thing. Let's get it, Hebrew.
Yeah. All right, first I'm gonna go to Esther chapter 3 and show you what really kicked it off. This is kind of really what kicked it off.
You said chapter 3?
Esther chapter 3, yep.
All right.
And remember, he also said, Elder James also said that if we gonna keep these feasts, then the circumstances got to be right.
He did. We skipped that part.
So I guess what he's saying in his mind, the circumstances are not the same, so we shouldn't be keeping purium and dedication.
Now let me say this. Let me say this. The circumstances ain't never the same circumstances on Passover as it was on the first one. We not in Egypt. We don't have to put blood on the doorposts. No. But we keep the spirit. We still acknowledge the spiritual aspect of all the feast days. Yes. Just like we doing with our silver day.
Yes.
So, bro, your logic is not even logic.
Now, doing dedication and doing purium, we was in captivity. We was on the room.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
Yeah. What you talking about?
How the situations aren't the same. Man. The situations really just never changed. The captivity changed.
Right.
But the situations never. We still in the same situation. But let's read real quick. Esther chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman. Now Haman is the guy that King Ahasuerus has put over his province.
Right.
Right. So everybody's bowing and reverencing this guy Haman. Right.
Mm-hmm.
For the king has so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai, the Jew. Now Mordecai is a Jew. He's a Benjamite. If you read in the beginning, Mordecai is a Benjamite. Right. Mm-hmm. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Right. Skip down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And when Haman had saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath. You see that? And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman thought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai. Okay? So you can't tell me that the situations aren't the same. To me, this was a message telling you what's coming, in the future. If you don't, Jacob's trouble. If you don't bow down to the king of Babylon that's coming, you feel me? He's gonna kill you. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is what you're supposed to do. When this decree comes down that all the Jews are supposed to get killed, this is what you're supposed to do. Not march and protest. This is what you're supposed to do. Let's go to Esther. I think it's Esther 4, chapter 4.
All right.
And then we're gonna go to. We're gonna start at verse 1.
All right.
Yeah. When Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes. When Mordecai got the word that the decree was to kill all the Jews, right?
Mm-hmm.
He rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes and went out into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and bitter cry. You see that? He put on sackcloth and ashes because the brother made a point, right? When the police officer put his knee on the guy's neck, right, and killed the guy, he was like, "Now, did we hang that officer's kids? Did we kill that officer?" Well, if we would have done what Mordecai and them had done, and instead of going out protesting and marching, you see what I'm saying? If we would have fasted and got low, then maybe something would have been a little different.
Right. And then he comparing people at this time who are homeborn Jews.
Right.
There you go.
The people who were born in foreign lands are not under the customs of Israel.
With fake rights.
With fake rights. So stop it,
can't hang nobody.
Bro, you sound crazy. The whole hour, 19 minutes and 35 seconds, fine. You didn't make any sense.
Straight fire.
No.
Keep your lip zipped.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, let me see. We're gonna skip down to verse 12.
All right.
In chapter 4 still. And they told Mordecai Esther, and they told to Mordecai Esther's word. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. So let me tell y'all what's going on, right? Mordecai sent word to Esther, the queen, right, to let the king know that the decree is out to kill the Jews, right? But Esther is telling Mordecai that she just can't go holler at the king unless she's something, right?
Right.
Well, Mordecai is telling her, right, if you don't do this and this decree is coming out, you know, and then these decrees go out, you know, you're going to end up getting killed too because you're a Jew too. You see what I'm saying? This is what Mordecai is telling Esther, okay? 14. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall thou enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place, but thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And who knoweth whether thou art coming to the kingdom for such a time as this? So he's telling her, this is probably why you even was queen at this time, for a time like this. You see what I'm saying? This is why the Most High put you in this position. You see what I'm saying? All right. Let's go to chapter 5. Chapter 5. Let's start at verse 1. So now Esther's about to go to the king and try to holler at him about, you know, the situation about the Jews, what's going on. Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on a royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther, the queen standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. And the king had out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Let me see. Let me skip down to verse 6. And the king said unto Esther, at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? And it shall be granted to thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be performed. Then Esther answered and said, my petition and my request is this. If I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king hath said. Then went Haman forth that day joyfully with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that stood not up nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. So we see this is still going on. Mordecai is not reverencing, you see what I'm saying, the man in charge.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
None of his customs.
None of his customs. You see what I'm saying? All right. So I'm trying to keep. I'm trying not to keep too long. I'm trying to keep it going. Let's go to Esther 6. Let's go to Esther 6. This is why Mordecai had the power that he had. You see what I'm saying? This I'm now about to read how he got his power. You see what I'm saying? Remember, they fasted, you know, they put on sackcloth, and this is what happened. Yeah, y'all can go back and read this on your own, the whole book of Esther on your own and get the whole story. We just, you know, trying to, for time's sake. You see what I'm saying?
Read the additions to Esther in this book too, right here.
That's right.
Right. So this is what happened. Why Mordecai and the Jews got their power. On that night, could not the king sleep, and he commanded to bring the book of records of the Chronicles, and they were read before the king. Now the king called to bring the book of the Chronicles.
Come on now.
The book of the, I think we the only ones with the book of the Chronicles that I know of. Okay. And it was found written that Mordecai had told Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's chamberlains, the keepers of the door, who sought to lay hands on King Ahasuerus.
See, it was their records.
There you go.
Yeah. See, every nation had a king of records of their king and they victories. Like they got what you call them, little Cyrus got one, Nebuchadnezzar got one. Them little spirits with all their victories written on the Cyrus cylinder. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, the Cyrus cylinder. Yeah.
There you go.
So every nation got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Chronicles ain't nothing but records.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And the king said, "What honor and dignity hast thou done to Mordecai for this?" Yeah. So for tipping the king off, right? His people is asking, what did Mordecai get for this? You see what I'm saying? Well, where I'm at for this. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, there is nothing done for him. Now check this out. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman was coming to the court. I'm sorry, come outward. Now Haman was coming to the outward court of the king's house to speak unto the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows that he had prepared for him. Right? And the king's servant said unto him, behold, Haman standeth in the court. And the king said, let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said unto him, what shall be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor? Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight do? Hold on, let me start it over. Now Haman thought in his heart, to whom would the king delight to do honor more than to him, to myself? So Haman thinking the king about to honor him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Check it did. And Haman answered the king, for the man whom the king delighteth to honor, let the royal apparel be brought, which the king uses to wear, and the horse that the king rideth upon, and the crown royal which is set upon his head, and let his apparel and his horse be delivered to the hand of the one, the king most noble princes, that they may array the man within whom the king delighteth to honor, and bring him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaim before him, thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delighteth to honor. Then the king said to Haman, make haste and take the apparel and the horse as thou hast said, and do even so to Mordecai, the Jew, that sitteth at the king's gate. Let nothing fail of all that has spoken. You see that?
Yeah.
Then took Haman the apparel and the horse and arrayed Mordecai, and brought him on horseback through the street of the city, and proclaimed him, thus shall it be done unto the man whom the king delighteth to honor. And Mordecai came again to the king's gate, but Haman hastened to his house mourning and having his head covered. You see that? So Mordecai, you see what I'm saying, was honored and delighted in the king. That's why the Jews had power over their enemies in Shushan. You see what I'm saying? Because the king gave Mordecai the power. And if you read, I kind of skipped over it, but if you read about the banquet, you see what I'm saying? The queen told the king the wicked deed that Haman was planning to do.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why the king got hanged on the very gallows. I'm sorry, this is why Haman got hanged on the very gallows that he made for Mordecai. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
because the Most High delivered them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Just like he's going to deliver us through Jacob's trouble. You see what I'm saying? If we stay at fast.
Yeah.
If we put our trust, keep our trust in him and don't put our trust in man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I just wanted to point that out, man, because they didn't really bring that out in Purium. That's why we keep Purium.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they talked about dedication for a whole hour and 19 minutes and didn't hit the Maccabees at all. At all. And Malachi, they basically they got a bunch of little false narratives that we just, you know what I'm saying, touching base on, because there's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that listen to us and listen to them, and we don't know where they at and they walk with.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So to clear up the stuff that we addressing in the video, bro, we just kind of touched on a few false narratives that they got about dedication to Purium. They basically saying, you know what I'm saying, we doing Edomite. You know what I'm saying? It's just easy work. Easy work. Easy work. That was all you had, Hebrew?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that out, man. How Mordecai got his power, how the Jews, you know, got their power, you know, over their enemies. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, all praise, Hebrew.
All right. So this is just a little history. This is the history that they should have read.
Yeah, they should have read this.
This is out of a history source that they love to use.
They love this last 2 million years.
So we know you know about that this is in here.
This the dedication, TJ?
In there, and that's a resource that y'all use. If that resource no good, and y'all willfully to see.
That's what I'm saying. Lying by omission.
Yeah.
Lying by omission. Will, you talked about dedication for an hour, down there an hour and a half. And you didn't bring up nothing about the Maccabean dynasty, none of that. Judas Maccabees, Mattathias, mother and 7 sons, Eleazar, none of that.
None of it.
Daniel 8, none of that.
Hey, how you gonna bring up dedication and not mention Eleazar?
That's what I'm saying. Mother and 7 sons, bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I pray the spirit of Eleazar is on me during the time to take trouble if I'm still here. You know?
Right there.
Okay.
That's it right there.
All this.
You really can pick up at that second verse.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You can share it to the
you got it on. Okay, yeah. Let's share this screen.
Yeah,
how you
hit that green. Hit that green. Blow it up. I think that's gonna be.
Can y'all see it?
They probably gonna be able to see. It's a delay on this side because it's. I mean, the picture I took, I probably should have took it closer.
Let me see. It look like it's on point. Hold on. Let me. I can't tell because I can't see the comments on the screen.
Right. So I mean,
nah, that ain't. I'm just finna read this. If you got this history book,
number 2.
This is the last 2 million years, y'all.
See what's going on right there.
It's cool. I'm just gonna go on. Last 2 million years, right here. Boom. This is page.
I think it's 404 or something like that. Yeah, look right there.
Okay. This page 406. This page 406. The subtitle is Conquest and Dispersion. Now, why didn't y'all read this? Now, instead of reading history about the Maccabees, they went straight to how the Edomites keep.
Yeah.
They talked about it for 50 minutes and didn't mention Maccabees one time.
No, because they don't go to Maccabees. They don't know about it.
But even though they don't deal with the Apocrypha, like I said, a lot of their teachers will admit that the Maccabees is historical information.
Come on, man.
So why wasn't this pulled is what I'm asking.
Deception.
It says Israel was the first of 2 Jewish states to fall on the outside power. When it was conquered by Assyria in 722 BC after Assyria's fall, Judah was conquered by Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
This Babylonian captivity lasted 50 years. When the Persians under Cyrus the Great destroyed Babylon in 539 BC, the Jews were allowed to return to their homeland and rebuild Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, but they did not regain full independence. Persia was conquered by Alexander the Great in 332 BC, and after his death, 2 Greek dynasties battled for the division of his conquest. The Ptolemies controlled Israel until 200 BC, and when they were driven out by the Seleucid ruler Antiochus III, a Jewish revolt is, slave. You got slave rebellions that's been happening since the Maccabees, the 1400s. You can read about slave rebellions, the 1500s, 1600s.
That's right. Caribbean, it was a bunch of slaves.
This ain't nothing new with us. It says a Jewish revolt in 141 BC, led by Judas Maccabees, ousted the Greeks. The Maccabee dynasty held power for 70 years before it was overthrown by the Romans. Okay, now let's go to some more history we got pulled up.
Yeah, you scrolled all the way down.
Let's share the screen. Let's share the screen. And this is compellingtruth.org. Who are the Hasmoneans? I need to blow that up a little bit. Okay, that should be straight right there. All right. The Hasmoneans were the ruling dynasty of Judea and the surrounding areas from 164 BC to 63 BC, during the period known as the Maccabean period of Jewish independence. They say Jewish, but we know that these were Israelites.
Come on, man.
Right? Their rule eventually extended to the region of Samaria, Galilee, Atura, Perea, and Idumea.
Hold, stop right there. So you see that when the Maccabees took over, they extended or expounded on the kingdom of Israel. All the way down, I want to point this out, to Idumea. So when they expounded the kingdom of Idumea, didn't they not, and you can read it in here, they made them convert to Judaism? Now, is this Israelites converting Edomites to Judaism or Edomites converting Israelites to Judaism? Israelites converting. Okay, then. So there goes another one of his birds down.
Yeah. It says, today their kingdom would include Israel and parts of Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, Syria. The Hasmoneans were renowned for their leadership, and skill in battle, and strictly enforcing Jewish law by forcibly converting the people in every land they conquered.
There it is right there.
You just said that.
Yeah.
It says their account can be found in the apocryphal books, 1st and 2nd Maccabees, as well as the Jewish War by Jewish historian Flavius Josephus.
Now, anybody don't know about Flavius Josephus, one of the greatest historians ever to live. So there goes some more. Them 3 sources right there in one, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's keep reading. It says, as background information about when and how the Hasmoneans came to power, one has to understand the history of Israel. Israel's first king was Saul, but because he turned away from Yah, he was replaced by King David. David's son Solomon succeeded him, but then the kingdom split in 2. The northern 10 tribes installed Jeroboam as king, while the tribes of Judah and Benjamin submitted to Solomon's sons Rehoboam. The northern tribes were eventually conquered by the Assyrians. The Assyrians were then conquered by the Babylonians, who also conquered the southern part kingdom of Judah as well.
That's right.
The Babylonians were conquered by the Persians, who allowed the Jews to return to Jerusalem and build the temple.
Who did what?
Who allowed the
I thought it was a time.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't read it.
Yeah. Man, this history is recorded in the canonical books of the Bible, like 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Lamentations, Ezra, and Nehemiah. However, the Bible does not record what happened in between the Jewish return to Jerusalem under Persian rule and Jesus' birth in Bethlehem under the Roman rule. In 333 BC, the Greeks with Alexander the Great in the lead defeated the Persians. When Alexander the Great died, his empire was split between 4 successors. Y'all, this is Daniel the 8th chapter.
Daniel 8th chapter all day long.
Daniel 11 as well.
First Maccabee.
Yeah,
first chapter. You can read in the Maccabees too.
Yeah, we finna get into that. It says this Judea came under the rule of Seleucids. In 167 BC, Seleucid king Antiochus IV, that's the 4th, ain't it? Yeah. Ordered that a pig be sacrificed to the Greek gods in Modin. Mattathias, the Jewish priest in that town, killed the official who bought the order, as well as any Jew who will follow the king's unholy command. Thus began the Jewish war against the Seleucids. Mattathias had 5 sons. His son Judah was such a fierce warrior that he earned the name Judah the Hammer or Judah Maccabee. Thus the family became known as the Maccabees, and their uprising was known as the Maccabean Revolt. However, they used the name of their ancestors Hasmoneus as their ruling name, the Hasmoneans.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a lot more on there. I don't know if you want to read.
Let me read this down here. It says, ultimately, Jesus is our rightful high priest and reigning king. We have such a high priest, one who is seated at the right hand of the throne of majesty in heaven, Hebrews 8:1. And Yah's people look forward to his return when he will bring peace and justice throughout the earth, Isaiah 11:3-9. However, the Hasmoneans provided a short reprieve.
Come on now.
For the Jewish people in the midst of a long history of living as a conquered nation.
Why they have time in it?
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said twice.
Hey.
Twice.
Shut up, man.
Just as their escape from slavery in Egypt is celebrated today in the holiday of the Passover.
Yes, sir.
So Jewish victory over the Seleucid army.
Bring it out.
The rededication of their temple celebrated today in the holiday of Hanukkah. Now, why didn't you go pull this history?
Because they would have killed his doctrine.
Why didn't you go pull it?
He would have killed that camp banging doctrine.
Why do you go? And you say why we keep it in the 10th month? Let's go see why.
Yeah, more cash.
Matter of fact.
Come on now.
Let's go to First Maccabees chapter 1. Y'all don't read the Apocrypha. We don't care.
We don't care.
Most theologians over there already in agreed the Maccabees is historical.
Yeah.
Yet you didn't go pull the history. But we finna read it anyway.
Yes, sir.
First Maccabees chapter 1, pick it up at verse 1.
And it happened. After that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, has smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
That's prophecy. That's prophecy, ain't it? Daniel 8, Daniel 7.
Daniel 8, Daniel 7, man.
The statue.
1 through 8. Matter of fact, in that 8 is Daniel 1 through 8. You go read the same thing.
Man, go ahead, bro.
The first over Greece. And made me the first over Greece.
Oh, so Daniel 8 about the ram and the he-goat. Who was the he-goat?
Come on now. Come on now.
Alexander the Great.
Come on now.
And her Maccabees is picking it right up. Not missing a step.
But it ain't inspired.
Go ahead. And it's the same Negro that took the Apocrypha a few years ago and tossed it in the trash.
Yeah.
Same Negro. So he used to jumping out the window to a crash landing.
What? That's blaspheming the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he would die, that he should die.
I wonder what happened. Let's.
What you say? Keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and he had been brought up with them from his youth, and ported his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years, and then he died. And his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Just to put it up, you can go back to last 2 million years, page 103. They read the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Keep going, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Keep going. Now you go read that verse 10, then we're gonna skip.
Okay, verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been hostage at Rome.
That's history too.
Yep. And he
Go
reigned
ahead.
in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
All right, now let's skip down to verse 41. Skip down to verse 41 to read.
41.
Yeah.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom.
Now, back it up, Hebrew. I'm sorry. Back it up to 37.
Verse 37.
Yeah.
Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers and became strange to those that were born in her.
You see that? It became strange to those that were born in her. Go ahead. Man.
And her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning. Her Sabbath into reproach. Her honor into contempt. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased. And her excellency was turned to mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Sound familiar?
Yes, it do. Yes,
and everyone should leave his law. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Right.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to this religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Offerings were forbid, y'all. This is all in Daniel the 8th chapter.
Yeah.
So they act like we just following the heathens. Well, we can go in Daniel the 8th chapter and the 11th chapter and read all this. And we've been reading it in history.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
This 54 and read.
All right, drop down to 54, Hebrew.
All right, verse 54. Now the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and built idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of the houses and in the streets.
All right, drop that. I just wanted to go read a little bit of this Maccabees just to show it's lining up with everything we done read thus far.
Thank you.
Let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 10. Now let's see why we celebrated when we celebrate.
Let's do it.
2 Maccabees chapter 10. Man, this is preschool.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's sickly, man.
This is preschool.
It's sickly, bro.
2 Maccabees 10. You can do 1 through 8, Hebrew. 1 through 8.
All right. Second Maccabees chapter 10. We start at verse 1. Now Maccabeus and his company, the Lord guiding them, recovered the temple and the city. Let me read that again, man. This is why, right? This is why.
Come on, man.
The majority of the Jews today, or the majority of the Hebrews, conscious Hebrews today, keep feast of dedication in the 10th month.
When you talk about the one Moses did, Ezra, he actually thought that all those dedications was related to the one that's largely kept amongst Israelites. That's how he started his breakdown off. That's how he started it off.
Elementary breakdown.
And you know why you can't read why the Most High don't ordain dedication? Because had not Maccabeus and them done this,
come on,
right?
now.
Had they not recovered the temple back, right? The Messiah wouldn't have had a temple, wouldn't have had a Solomon's porch to come to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be no John 7 to go to and read about. Wouldn't have been no John 10 and 22 to go to.
You see what I'm saying? So this had to take place, and this is why we reverence it. This is like our memorial, so to speak. That Memorial Day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is our Memorial Day, so to speak.
Thank you.
See, but look though, what other feast day he called a memorial? The Passover.
The Passover.
So we can't keep a silver day as a memorial? As a remembrance?
They
Come
do
on,
it now.
bro. Come on, bro.
They do Thanksgiving as a memorial of the start of these Native Americans.
Yeah.
Now look.
Yeah. And y'all people, ain't nothing wrong with that. Because it ain't. Yeah, stop.
I'm gonna say this, man. If you keeping Thanksgiving and you keeping 4th of July, and you got a problem with dedication and purium, man, it's something wrong up here, man. In my mind, I'm thinking, straight up.
Hey, they got a whole day they call Memorial Day where they talk about the passing of people that have died in the wars, right?
Yeah.
Where our people was straight fat foot worn out with these heat.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Memorial to them.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Hey, I'm gonna remember Eleazar that didn't eat that swine and walk himself to the gallows. You feel me? Come on, man.
Now, who that verse 1 say who was guiding them? The heathen? Did it say the Edomite was guiding them?
No.
Read that verse 1 over again, Hebrew.
Now, Maccabeus and his company, the Lord guiding them, recovered the temple and the city. But the altars which the heathen had built in the open street, and also the chapels, they pulled down. And having cleansed the temple, they made another altar. And striking stones, they took fire out of them. And offered a sacrifice after 2 years, and set forth incense and lights and showbread.
What was the lights they set up?
Come on, man.
The menorah. Did it say anything about an 8-candle menorah?
No.
9. I think they was reading out of the move, man.
Israel.
That's right. So they set up the showbread.
Yeah.
The candlestick. They put it just back. They put it back just like it was.
Yeah.
Just like it was. Yeah.
It represents Israel.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, what we going off at? Like they try to make it seem. Go ahead.
Where we at? Verse 4.
Yeah.
When that was done, they fell flat down and besought the Lord.
No, they besought the Edomite.
They besought the Lord.
Yeah.
That they might come no more into such trouble. But if they sin any more against him, that he himself would chasten them with mercy, and that they might not be delivered unto the blasphemous and barbarous nations. Now upon the same day that the strangers profaned the temple, on the very same day it was cleansed again, even the 25th day of the same month, which is Caslu. So I'm gonna read that 5 again. Just answer your question.
Yeah, because 2 years later to the date, they did it in the month Caslu, as we do it.
As we do it.
So why y'all do it in the 10th month, brother?
Yeah, I'm about to say
that. Right there.
To answer your question, brother James, why y'all do it in the 10th month, right? Because that was the same day that the strangers came and set up the abomination of desolation on our altar.
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you can read in Daniel 8 and Daniel 7.
Yeah.
Where he set up the abomination of desolation.
Yeah.
Now you got the date and the time.
There you go.
So you ain't got no excuse. You got the date, the time, the reason, and the season why we do it.
Why we do
it. Yeah. I'm going to read that verse 5 again. Now upon the same day that the strangers profaned the temple, on the very same day, it was cleansed again.
That's right.
Even the 25th day of the same month, which is Caslu. You see what I'm saying? So they did the same thing our forefathers and them did. You see what I'm saying? By dedicating the altar. It was just that we were rededicating it because the heathen sacrificed abominable animals on it.
And see, that was nobody had ever done that. Nobody had ever defiled, a stranger. I'm saying had never defiled the altar.
Right. Came and slew pigs.
No.
Yeah.
So that had to be rededicated. I know.
Yeah.
But see, this the history you willfully omitted, because I doubt you were elder and been in this thing 5+ years and don't know about this piece of history. Whether you deal with the Apocrypha or not, Hebrew.
Yeah. For verse 6 will tell you why we keep it 8 days. Verse 6. And they kept 8 days with gladness, as in the Feast of Tabernacles. See, it's just like the Feast of Tabernacles. It's 7 days, and on the 8th day, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. So, so the Feast of Dedication to us is similar to the Feast of Tabernacles.
Right. That's why it's right after. It's also right after. Tabernacle, the 8th day.
Yeah.
And they kept 8 days with gladness, as in the Feast of Tabernacles, remembering that not long afar they had held the Feast of Tabernacles. When as they wandered in the mountain and dens like beasts. Right?
That was it?
That was verse 6. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, read 7 and 8.
All right. Therefore, they bear branches and fair boughs and palms also, and sang psalms unto him that had given them good success in cleansing his place.
Oh, so the Most High was bagging this feast.
Come on, man. Go.
You go. He was bagging this feast. Hallelujah. It said, therefore they bear branches and fir boughs and palms and sang songs unto him that had given them good success. So
you probably won't do what the Edomite doing. Shut up.
Wow. Go ahead.
Verse 8. They ordained also by common statute and decree that every year.
Come on now.
They ordained also. See, Solomon and Moses didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? Solomon and Moses didn't decree that we do this every year.
Come on, Hebrew.
You know what I'm saying? Verse 8 again. They ordained also by a common statute, and decree that every year that every year those days should be kept of the whole nation of Jews.
So in John chapter 10 and 22,
that's what they was doing.
We know what dedication the Messiah was in.
That's what they was doing there.
Hold up. See, point this out. The Hebrew hit it on it. A common statute. It was not a statute of the Lord. This was a common statute like Memorial Day,
right? Like
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So y'all keep their days every year. Y'all keep 4th of your life common statute like that, right? So it said they and all the Yahudim, not the Edomites.
Right.
Come on.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Not the Edomites keep. Yeah. But the Maccabees, which were Levites. I want to point that out. So man, miss me with the garbage.
All right. let's slam the door on this casket. Let's go to Romans 4. Romans 14.
Romans 14.
If it ain't in Leviticus 23. Okay.
Man.
Boy, you go some serious they self, boy. Where you going?
Romans 14, pick it up at verse 1. Pick it up at verse 1. Now watch this. Watch what Paul about to say about situations like this.
Romans chapter 14, verse 1, and it reads, him that is weak in the faith, receive ye, but not to doubtful disputation.
See that? He said, he that is weak in faith, receive him, but not to doubtful disputations. Not to, you don't receive nobody in order to nitpick how they worship in this walk. Right? Now that Paul about to get into brothers who eat the lawful meats and brothers who don't eat nothing but the herb. Right. Then he gonna go into brothers who esteem certain days.
Come on now.
And brothers who don't esteem certain days. Let's see what he say. Let's see if he's saying what y'all saying.
Unless y'all know more than Paul.
And the Messiah.
Yeah.
Because if the case was what y'all was saying, then in John 10:22, the Messiah should have been quoting y'all.
Yeah.
Should have been rebuking.
Okay, so let's read it. You say something, Hebrew?
No, I was just saying, John and what's that? John 10:23 should have been rebuking and reproving.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, yes, sir. Romans 14, verse 2. Pick it up at 2. Go ahead.
For one believeth that he may eat all things.
Mm.
Another, who is weak, eateth herbs.
See that? You see, so the brother who is weak eat herbs. He think that even the lawful meats is unlawful.
Right. Mm-hmm. Come on now.
It's the same with these brothers. They only keep the feast days of Leviticus 23, which every Israelite supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then they look at the civil days like that's something the Edomites start.
Can you read that?
These brothers weak in the faith.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not.
See that? Let him that eateth despise him that eateth not. Go ahead.
And let not him which eateth not judge him that eateth.
Mm-hmm.
For God has received him. Who art thou that judgest another man's servant?
Hold on. So y'all have received both.
Come on now.
The man that eateth the meat.
That's right.
And the man that eateth only the herb.
That's right. That's
so
right.
why are y'all standing here judging brothers and sisters for this? This is the same matter.
I think it's a money thing.
Go ahead.
What's verse 4?
Mm-hmm.
Who art thou that judgest another man's servant? To his own master he standeth to fall.
Mm.
Yea, he shall be holded up, for God is able to make him stand.
So
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead. Read verse 5.
One man esteemeth one day above another.
Right.
Another esteemeth every day alike.
Hmm.
Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind.
Why are y'all judging in matters of conscience?
Come on now.
There you go.
Come on now.
Dedication and purium fringes and reading the apocrypha of matters of conscience. Y'all frame doctrines to shame and hurt people. Stay away from.
Come on, brother.
And y'all willfully omit information to make sure y'all doctrine stays fit.
Deceit.
That's deception.
Deception all day long.
I ain't gonna let that ride on my watch. Knowing we got people that watch both sides.
That's right. That's right. No, not over here.
No, I ain't letting that happen on my watch.
Especially
right? So we are matters of conscience, and these Negroes is around here judging Israelites, creating division amongst Israelites because of matters of conscience.
And they can't answer the questions, brother. That's all it be. It boiled down to two things. It boiled down to money and them not being versed enough in the scripture to properly answer these people questions when they come to them. Because that's how it all started.
Yeah.
Somebody came to them and asked, hey, man, why ain't we doing this or should we be doing it? Number one, you trying to hold on. You trying to lord over God's heritage and keep everybody at your camp for money purposes. I understand. Yep. Don't lie.
Right.
The second thing is, you don't know. You don't know how to answer the question.
Plain and simple.
Simple and plain.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. He said, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So, Negro, if you ain't persuaded, keep your damn mouth shut because you don't know what you're talking about.
We don't say nothing to y'all because y'all don't know.
And you specifically have proven you don't know what you're talking about over and over again. Mm-hmm. You specifically.
It's out your wheelhouse, bro. It's a bull you pay grade. Leave it alone.
Verse 6, Hebrew.
Verse 6. He that regardeth the day, regardeth it unto the Lord.
We're not putting up no damn idols. The Negro went to Daniel 3.
Yeah.
To show Nebuchadnezzar dedicated an idol and tried to equate that to what we do.
That was folly, bro. That was folly, bro. That was folly.
You see, if you're going to esteem a day, if you're going to make a civil day, let it be to the Most High.
Yeah, there you go. We regard our day to the Lord.
That's right. Come on.
So it's no crime in what we doing. It's no law breaking in what we doing.
Sit down somewhere.
Right? Go ahead, Hebrew.
And he that regardeth not the day to the Lord, he doeth not regard it.
And look, and if you don't regard the day, keep your mouth shut and serve the Lord. How you gonna serve the Lord on the days we do dedication and prayer?
There you go.
Just don't even say nothing to the brothers and sisters.
Because you don't know how to answer.
But instead of doing that, and that's easier than wasting energy creating a false doctrine of.
He could have just came to these scriptures you just directed people to.
Right.
Yep.
You could have just sent him. Go to Romans 14, brother. Read 1 through 8. You understand what I'm saying? But he didn't have no wherewithal to do that.
To do that.
So, because it was all about control and all about vein.
Yeah, and it's evident towards as much as we get toward the end of this video, it's evident that's what it was.
It's evident that it's about filthy lucre.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Straight up, man.
Yeah, y'all been put on the spot today. Keep reading, Hebrew.
Middle of 6. He that eateth to the Lord, for he giveth God thanks.
Most High first.
There you go. And he that eateth not to the Lord, he eateth not, and giveth God thanks.
Yeah.
For none of us liveth to himself,
Yes,
and no
sir.
man dieth to himself.
Yes, sir.
For whether we live, we live unto the Lord.
Woo.
And whether we die unto the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord's.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep going, bro.
Keep going to verse 10. Verse 13, I mean. Go ahead.
You said 13?
Yeah.
All right. Verse 9. For to this end Christ both died and rose and revived, that he might be the Lord both of the dead and living. But why doest thou judge thy brother?
See that? Why do you judge your brother?
Come on now.
In these matters of conscience.
That's right. That's
Why
right.
do you sit up and judge your brother over these matters? And he said, for the both Christ died for.
Come on now.
To the one who eat the meat or the one who just eat the herbs, to the one who esteem the day, to the one who don't esteem the day.
Sit down.
We don't sit up here and make videos and say, yeah, them niggas who don't do prayer and dedication,
right.
See, them niggas ain't getting salvation. See?
No, we ain't saying nothing there. No.
Why we don't do that?
We don't have to do that. We don't give a damn if it's one person on this chat looking at 1,000.
That's right, Hebrew. That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
But why doest thou judge thy brother? Or why doest thou set at not thy brother?
That's what you did the whole video, Hebrew.
Yeah.
Say that not your brothers who do silver days, Israelite silver days. That's what you did the whole video. Sound like some la 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 la.
And you put your head teacher's name on it. So now everybody stamped on it, bro. Everybody up under y'all paps been stamped on it because you put your head teacher's name on that, bro. Do you know what you just did?
Do you know what you just did, man?
You got to be careful in the thing when you standing before the people.
Go ahead.
And the 10. For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ.
Come
on, man.
So we need to cut all this silly ass division out over these little trivial matters. If you understand, don't get out here and lie. Don't hide and omit information purposefully and twist scriptures.
I think you'll be more respected if you said you didn't know. I need to do a little bit more research.
Yeah.
That's it, Hebrew.
You know what I'm saying? That's respected.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 11. For it is written, as I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God.
You see, everybody gonna give an account of himself to Yah. So you think he ain't gonna ask you about these false narratives and this false doctrine that you putting out here every so often? Out of spite, out of pride, out of control, out of manipulation. Go ahead, Hebrew.
13.
Yeah.
Let us not therefore judge one another anymore.
See that? No, man, look, cut that out, bro. Cut that out. Y'all need to cut that out. You and the Negro over there seal clap.
Always seal. That's all he do.
Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way.
I'm just gonna leave that one right there.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to the last spot. Let's go to Zechariah 1.
Oh,
I mean 7. Zechariah 7. Zechariah 7. Let's look at some other civil days that was kept in Israel. Then we can look at and see these same civil days in the future. What the Lord Himself said about it.
Bring it out.
Can
Yeah,
you show that?
we can show it.
Yeah, you show that.
Let's go to verse. Look at verse 7. Look at chapter 7. Look at verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Look at verse 1.
All right.
Read 1, skip to 3, then skip to 5.
So we're gonna do verse 1 and skip to 5.
Skip to 3, then skip to 5.
All right. All right. So I'm at Zechariah chapter 7, start at verse 1.
Mm.
And it came to pass in the 4th year of King Darius, the word of the Lord came unto Zechariah in the 4th day of the 9th month, even in Chislu.
Mm-hmm.
Get down to verse 3. And to speak unto the priests which were in the house of the Lord of hosts. Hold on, let me start off. And to speak unto the priests which were in the house of the Lord of hosts, and to the prophets, saying, should I weep in the 5th month, separating myself, as I have done these so many years?
Read verse 4 and 5, Hebrew 4 and 5.
Then came the word of the Lord of hosts unto me, saying, speaking to all the people of the land and to the priests, saying, when ye fast and mourn in the 5th and 7th.
Hold on. Wait a minute now. The 5th month.
Come on now.
Day of Atonement in the 7th month.
Come on now.
So what is this fast in the 5th month?
And in what other month?
That he acknowledged.
That's right.
What is this fast of the 5th month that he's acknowledged?
Come on now.
Go ahead, read it.
When ye fasted and mourned in the 5th month and 7th month, even those 70 years.
Oh, so it was another fast other than the Day of Atonement. During the captivity that we did for 70 years.
Come on now.
And the Most High, he still ain't saying what they saying about
days
that ain't outlined in Leviticus 23. He still ain't saying.
Woo, hammer drop.
And you would think, and if we're using the logic, I can't read that. You see what I'm saying? Then we can't read where he's not accepting these feast days, man.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
So this is fast right here. Now let's go right over to the 8th chapter. Let's go right over to the 8th chapter, bro. Pick it up at verse 18. Read 18 and 19.
Zechariah chapter 8, verse 18 and 19. Read. And the word of the Lord of hosts came unto me, saying, thus saith the power of hosts, the fast of the 4th month.
What? Hold on now. Day of Atonement in the 7th month, ain't it?
Yep. So you got one in the 4th, we got one in the 5th, and then one in the 7th. And this coming out of the mouth of Yahweh.
So wait a minute, brother TJ. Wait a minute, brother TJ.
This is what I'm saying. So this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Just go ahead, Hebrew. Read that.
Thus saith the power of hosts, the fast of the 4th month.
The fast of the 4th month, which is the morning when Jerusalem was captured. Go read Jeremiah 52:6-2.
Okay.
Just read 6 on down. Read. Go ahead, Hebrew.
So real quick before I continue. So it seems like when something catastrophic, right, happens to us as a people, you know, the people a lot of times sanctify that day.
Yeah.
To remember.
Yeah. So our people had a fast that remember when Jerusalem was sacked and when it was captured.
Come on now.
Right.
We held fast days of mourning on those days.
Now I'm gonna play Brother Julius. You can't find that in Leviticus 23, can you?
Oh
no.
Oh,
what you gonna do with those?
Oh, you can't find these fasts in Leviticus 23, brother.
You can't find where it said in Leviticus 23, if you have catastrophes, sanctify a day and keep them.
Right. But finish reading. Watch what the rest does, Hebrew. Watch what the rest of it say. Pick it up at the top. Pick 19 back up at the top.
Yes,
Watch
verse 19.
this. Yeah.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th month, and the fast of the 7th month, and the feast of the 10th month shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness, and truth and peace. Therefore, love, truth, and peace.
So in the future, these civil days where we fast, he said they're gonna be turned into Judah for feast of gladness. Now, where these feasts in Leviticus? They ain't.
And then, real quick, TJ, look at verse 18. It said, "And the word of the Lord of hosts came unto me, saying."
Yeah.
And in Leviticus 23.
But this still the word of the Most High. They
came
came to the prophet Jeremiah about civil days that ain't outlined in Leviticus 23. That's gonna be held and kept in the future kingdom. He said these days where y'all fasted and mourned gonna be a days of feast of gladness to Judah.
The new moons ain't in Leviticus 23, but he said in the future you're gonna be keeping up.
Let's go to that. Isaiah 66.
Come on now.
Let's go there.
Come on now. Come on.
Isaiah 66.
I hope people are getting edified, man.
Hallelujah.
You know,
Isaiah 66. See all these false narratives and all this lying and boy.
And this is why it's important to study to show yourself approved, man. You know.
I'm gonna read Isaiah 66, verse 23, Hebrew.
Pick it up at 20.
You gonna pick it up at 20?
Yeah, so they can know time frame.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And they shall bring all your brethren for an offering unto Yahweh out of all nations upon horses and chariots and in litters and upon mules and upon swift beasts to my holy mountain, Jerusalem, saith Yahweh. As the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel unto the house of the Elohim.
So these are the Israelites returning to the land.
Come on, man.
So we know what time this is in the future, right? Go ahead.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
And I will take also of them for priests and for Levites, said Yahweh. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, said Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another.
From what?
From one new moon to another. And from one Shabbat to another. Shall all flesh come to worship before me, said Yahweh.
Oh, so in the future kingdom, the new moon is gonna be mandatory.
You better get your butt up there.
Even for the new moon, that's another day. That's something else they
don't do.
They deem insignificant.
Right.
But we ain't gonna get into that. Go ahead.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
Man, look here. That's
real quick, this is and this talking about maybe the Father's kingdom, because he said, I will take them and make priests. I'm sorry, 23. For as the new heaven and new earth.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing the new heaven and new earth.
Come on now.
Ain't that the Father's kingdom?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's it, man. That's
so. What you got? What else you got, Hero?
You got any closing remarks, Aki?
That was it right there. I mean, that was the nail in the coffin, man. If we gonna be keeping, keeping these feasts and new moons in the Father's kingdom, man, come on, man.
And so, do anybody follow these Negroes on social media? Let's make sure they see.
They gonna get it. I'm gonna make sure they get it. Just like I made sure they got the rest of it on that unleavened bread. I'm gonna make sure they get it. Negroes ain't saying nothing back. But one sister had a sister reply back to the year. Come on, go on their website. He did. But why your name on the Facebook? But y'all stop playing.
Man.
See, I call you out. I ain't got no problem with it. Because you can't whoop my ass. You ain't got no nigga fire to put me in, and you ain't got no king to put me in. I don't care.
Right.
You understand? That's how we get down over here, bro. Now, to my brothers and sisters, y'all seen what y'all seen, y'all heard what y'all heard. You make your own determination what you gonna do and what you ain't gonna do according to the scriptures.
Thank you.
to the brothers at this particular camp, stay in your lane, man. Stay in your wheelhouse and don't speak above things. Speak of things that are above your measure, partner. And stop trying to be Lord over the Most High's heritage and let the Ruach HaKodesh or the Holy Spirit lead and guide these people into all truth. Be a good steward, a great overseer over the people, and let them grow with you and not try to be like you know so much you don't know nothing.
Yes, sir.
You've been shown to know nothing time and time again, Hebrew. Stop playing with yourself, man. Teach the law, the letter of it, that's all y'all know. Teach the people that ears ring, and they can't eat no pig meat, that's all y'all know. No, do that. Stay in your lane, bro. I'm not talking down on it. I'm just saying that's your man that you ain't got.
Right. It's crazy though, man, how they will constantly step outside of the message they've been given.
But when it comes to the spiritual aspects of the law, when it comes to the prophetic aspects of the law, the metaphysical aspect, that ain't in y'all wheelhouse. Y'all done showed that time and time again. So stay out of that, bro, because y'all really make y'all, and y'all keep putting your head teacher name on everything, and you know.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? You making him look bad.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth. But hey, we gonna close out. We got the Brews coming right back behind us at 6 p.m. Got Bro Water, Big Rob coming with another lesson. We want to come to y'all and let y'all know what the business was on this. Cause man, they need to sit down, man. Just stop putting all this false doctrine out, man.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? And that's our main thing.
Man, I'm gonna do this. Let me turn this out of my paper. I'm done with bro. Well, I don't even want to
Pray to the God, repent your sins. I give I'm blessed to
I told you what I was gonna do. Shit, them youngins though. Y'all might want to share.
Hey, I know one thing, man. I know I ain't about to watch that video again.
Oh
no, my head hurts bad, bro. My head hurts bad watching that video.
I can't watch. I don't even watch that stuff. This stuff gets sent to us.
Yeah, that's another thing. We ain't watching that. I'm sending us this stuff, man.
And then we agree on, as brothers, we agree on if we should address it or not.
That's right. We ain't the man. Then, like I said, they came to me. I said, man, I ain't got time or patience. You know what I'm saying? Not again. You understand what I'm saying? So Young Brew want to do it. Had D-Ro hit me up. TJ hit me up. I said, man, get him. Get them.
Hey. Had they not came so proud, and had they not said that we following heathens, keeping purium and dedication, we probably wouldn't even did this, man.
No. When it's that word, Hebrew.
Right. We would just let you Negroes think what y'all thought.
Think what you want to think
on that.
Y'all keep on, man.
Shoot, they'll be all right.
But hey, we gone, brother. Sister.
We'll see y'all in 2 more hours.
Shalom.